I think we're at a stage. I don't know what's going on at the moment. We're on a different system here. Let's see. Hopefully, you guys can see Maxie there. I am right now working on my wife's computer. Let's see how we're doing there. Are you done with me? Can I have my seat? Hey, G, good to see you. All right, so we're now working on a laptop. My computer got all defunct this morning. I did something terrible to it. We see some of you. Okay. All right, let's see here. I have to do something in settings here. Start menu. I have to change Max. Please don't. I have to change. Where's accessibility? Settings. Let's go with. I set the accessibility up really. Let's adjust that down. See if I can't see. Oh, now I have to please wait. This could be bad. We're waiting. Hi, Max. Don't know if I'm still on screen or not. Sorry for the slow start here, guys. We're still waiting. I changed the font size and that did some incredible stuff. Okay, that's pretty good. I think that's better. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Okay, now I can see my screen a little bit. There we go. Okay, hello off the hook. Hi, Scotty boy. Hi, Trey. Looks like a lion pose. Yeah. Okay, not on the lap, buddy. I'm kind of in the middle of something here. I appreciate your attention, but it's very misguided and misplaced. You're just doing it because I'm talking to other people. I know how much that upsets you, but I'm going to do it. Okay? All right. Let's see. Some more adjustments here. Yeah, that's It's actually, but not better. Yeah, I hope your knee's feeling better. I was going to put it up higher. So I tripped over my computer wire this morning, and that was it for it. I tried to restart it, went to the boot menu, all that kind of stuff, tried to analyze it. Apparently, what happened is I've got wow, your window is even smaller. No, I can make it whatever size I want. I'll do that. There, make myself big. Oh, that's not the one I want. It's weird operating this with the smaller screen. Your window is even smaller. Let's see what's happening here. What happened? There we go. Okay. All right. So I had a bunch of tabs open on my other computer I was going to go over, but I don't have them now. So I'm going to check. I don't know if I can do this. Marlena wanted to simul-stream something. Let's see if we can find my Gmail. I'm on a new computer, so Gmail. I have my phone right by me, so if I forget my stuff. Ooh, it didn't like that. LinkedIn. Let's see, who are we here? Let's see if we can change that. There we go. Oh, I can. Awesome. Okay. StreamYard, Google, Marlena, NRHA Drag, Solar Eclipse. Okay. All right. So that's working. We have a lot of stuff. I haven't used my camera on this. I'm just using the little laptop one. No, we're out of the blizzard conditions. It's almost above freezing, so that's a bonus. I kind of like that, but yeah, still very cold, very cold. I'm gonna let's see, invite. Let's see if I can do this. Anybody wants to come up and have a chat? Let's see, copy. Okay, I don't know. We're going to do that. So there, and how do you? Okay, I'm unfamiliar with this. How do I post the link? Control, no? Alt? How do you left click on a stupid mouse pad? Anybody got an idea? I can't post a link here. Hi, Citizen Broadcasting. You wear a hoodie to -6, yeah. Let's see here. Yeah. No. Shift. Huh. I don't know how to do that. Tap the pad for left click. Oh, no, hold on. I did that. Didn't work. Not giving me any options here. Never used one of the modern laptops, so I have no idea what I'm doing here. Um, tap for left click. I did tap the pad. Uh, just double click the pad. I tried that too. Or tap with two fingers for right click. Oh, there we go. Hold on. There we go. That worked. There we go. Okay, that took a lot of work. Thank you for your help, guys. If anybody wants to join me for some more nonsense. All right, that was stressful. I'm gonna make a smoke here, and you can all chill and chat here for a bit. Well, yeah, my mind's still. Hey, Elderberry, my mind's still thinking of the position we're in. Been focused on that lately. Prison system, it's all set up around us. Kind of pisses me off. And I want to find some way to get around it. I've been looking at these active denial systems. Um, they're basically like they just shoot you with microwaves, uh, penetrating your skin. And yep, I'm restreaming. Okay, you gonna come up? That'd be fun. These active denial systems that they pretty much have set up everywhere around us. I was looking up a 5G map earlier on my other computer before it died on me, and you can see they've really saturated and bordered everything very well. It's a nice grid system. Is this one of those infomercials? How are you doing? You tell me. I really didn't. I had some stuff, but it's more about that active denial system and drones. These cool drones they've got. What was it called? The Gladius. Can identify you autonomously. Um, and it's packed with some type of an explosive. But that sucker will hunt you down and blow your head off, apparently. That's not as pervasive as the active denial now. A little more pervasive than the active denial system. It just burns your skin that they've set up around us. But, those drones are really cheap to make. Let's see what we can get on it. Nothing new. Hola, off the hook. Yeah, these. No, I didn't want that. I wanted a new tab. Come on. No. Okay, new tab. Come on. I have to search for YouTube. Oh, there. Okay. Tell me if we're hiccuping at all because I want to know if a laptop is worth bothering to try. Full moon, Palm Sunday. You saying the rays burn you, Max? Yep. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Most people aren't aware of what type of technology they actually have out there. These are their non-lethal. It could be turned up and made lethal, I would imagine.
It reached far beyond any other non lethal system.
So there's their active denial system. So they just pull up a truck. They could do it in a van, really. Really, no, not the light rays. It's basically radiation. It's microwaves that they're shooting at you. Purple Kool-Aid. I think we can play a little bit of this without getting struck down. We'll see what happens. So there we go. We'll just move it along. You can see these people moving up, moving up. So they've got the area there. Oh, they didn't show it. There they go. See? Only takes a second. Your skin feels like it's burning, and you run away right off the hook. For what? Um, well, to actively deny you from an area. Now they can set it up with a perimeter, with 5G, like they have, and just keep you contained in one area. Yeah, only a little cancer later. Yeah, the non-lethal beanie bags that happen to kill a few people every once in a while. Mhm. No, they turn it on, yeah, and it burns your skin. That's right. So that is the. Oops, there you go. There's the answer. You turn it on, and it burns your skin. This is a little bit to get used to. Like yeah, like those invisible fences for dogs, but a little bit, yeah. Low tech with bigger waves. Yeah. Now I don't know how precise this system is. The system they're showing us is a very imprecise system. It's a broadcast system. And what they do have is steerable 5G technology, so it can actually be directed and beamed at one person, at several people, at a bunch of people. You're too toxic. Yeah, marine mindset, dogs, tags. Oh, screen's so small. Also, if it has a dial instead of a button, yeah, I'm sure it probably comes with adjustable settings. Are they? No, they really aren't. They really aren't off the hook. So that's the active denial system. Just, now, this type of a system, they used radar weaponry. Take a look. Oh, look, you can target the crowd. Take a look here. Pretty awesome. So you just have a joey stick and a little fire button. That's pretty good, eh? You just aim and shoot. Look, they've got a couple of them. Watch this person run away.
Including the Assistant Commandant of the Marine Corps, Sergeant Major of
Does not look too happy. So apparently it feels like your skin's on fire. You got some bad weed. Oh, that can happen now, apparently. That Yeah, well, they do have. Apparently, they do have the brown tone to make you shit yourself. But hey, Morgan, what they also have is the apparently the heart attack gun. They can just, but really, you don't even need like some fancy um, thing. All you need is $30,000 to give the CIA, and they will give you the MAC address of whatever person you want. So each of us, we have a MAC address. So your MAC address can be called up on a phone with proper software, and you can get a 5G steerable antenna. Let me show you one of those. They're pretty cool. Oops, that's weird. 5G steerable. See what comes up. Here we go. Get used to this. Images. We'll just pull up images. Not showing the proper one. Let's go to shopping. Now, there are some options available here. The one that attaches to your phone, um, there we go. See if we can find it. 5G steerable antenna. Um, oh, there you go. There's a good one. Not steerable though. Is that steerable? No. Steerable one has two pads. It's on my other computer that's now dead, so I'm gonna have to search that up again. But it's basically a pad, a chip with a bunch of nodes on it, a bunch of copper nodes sticking out, and those nodes allow it to be steerable. It's got two levels. It has one level on top and another one on the bottom, making it steerable, which is pretty cool. Close that down. All right. Oh yeah, the that's another active denial system. They can put out a pulsing sound. They've used sound technology for that as well. That's been utilized quite well. Just like a siren, whoop, 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 but a very high pitched sound. You can pierce people's eardrums with that. Let's see if I can do that again. Oh, it's double click. All right. Okay. Learning this new computer taking a little bit. I can't see as much on this screen though. It's kind of takes body. They had a 3-foot loudspeaker. Yeah. See that type of a system. See, even if you can beat the electronic system that I haven't figured out a way to do yet, they still have their sound systems. They have their they've got they've got it pretty well zipped up. Um, What's that? Input loudspeaker. No, none of their technology is funny, unfortunately. What was that? 3 foot loudspeaker keeps like Waco. Some Air Force officers snuck up behind them in the highway and shouted, I did the high jump. They laughed. Aw. Hi, G. How you doing? Stage there?
Hey, I am here, I hope. I'm running my own stream and it's dizzy. So apologies.
I get you there. That makes sense. I like the option that it offers you that. That's kind of cool.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought I'd just jump up for a few minutes and talk about the world.
Hi, John. Good to see you. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting world. I'm trying to get people to understand that they're not fighting to stop a prison from being put around them. It's already here.
Yep.
That's it's we're in the prison already. It's
Yep.
just
Been
the
here all
bar.
our lives.
Well, now they have active denial and control. Before we could move about freely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Now
we're
they have
waking up.
now they have the ability to stop us from moving around.
They're gonna try. I
You
was
see
just
what
talking on
happened?
my
Yeah.
I was yeah, I was just talking on my commentary the other day that, this has happened over and over and over again from the Caesars, kings, queens, you name it. They
Hmm.
all come in with this feudalism, which is basically a couple people in a mob that rules the rest. But it never holds up. Eventually, it will fall down, and we'll probably start all over again.
Yeah. Well, they have. There's a lot of technology that they're relying on, and a simple EMP can take it all out.
There you go. I mean,
You know.
yes, I think they prop up this whole situation with the fear tactic, fraud and
Mm.
fear, and it's wearing off. Eventually, even the most beaten down person in a cage will just say, "Okay, enough's enough. I mean, do or die."
Yeah. We need people in these positions where they can use these systems to start to realize what these systems are for. Maybe even do sabotage. I don't know. Like these, we need to be taken off of this wireless system. It's pervasive. It's too much, really, and they can't keep
Mm-hmm.
adding to it and have human beings, you know, getting sick constantly. You know,
Yes, and that's what, if not already, will definitely happen. I just recently learned that with my condition of being allergic to wheat,
mm,
and I'm certain, Max, that this has come about because of the genetically MOs. And yeah, they just keep, I say to people like Monsanto, if it works, don't fix it. Because when you fix it, unless you're doing it intentionally, it's making all of us sick out here.
yeah, glyphosate is terrible on the intestinal system and the gut biome. So yeah, we're limited to what we can eat. Even a lot
Yeah,
of people are. So hi, Morgan,
yeah.
how you doing?
Hey, Morgan. Oh,
Hmm?
come back. But yes, I totally agree that the wireless system it's just not good for us. And
Yeah,
it's a slow kill. It's a sneaky Pete. You don't know
yeah,
what's
it
going
gives
on
them.
with you. Yeah,
They want to have deniability,
of
right?
course. Yeah,
You know,
we didn't
like
do this to you.
yeah, it like they're ramping up their game, but it's just ramping up slowly. We're like a frog in the water, and unless people actually start realizing it and actively trying to stop it, it's just going to get worse and worse. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think right now, not everywhere on this realm, but a lot of countries, we're all sitting in too much comfort. They keep us, like you said, that just that warm boil. We're comfortable, but when it gets too hot,
Yeah.
we'll find, yeah.
like everybody's looking for a big event where they're going to wipe out a bunch of people. I don't think they need to do that. I think
No.
they're fine with just slow kills.
Yes.
Deniability is great. Oh, we lost him again. Um,
Yes. I call it the soft parade.
yeah, and
It's the
that
soft,
seems
you don't hear it, but it's there.
yeah, it seems to be their method.
Hmm.
If you look back, all of these things, all of these societies, NGOs in the past and present, they all sprouted out of something called the Fabian Society. And it's based on slow attrition. That's their basic tenet is conquest through slow, determined attrition. They don't want to have a big battle. They don't want to have a big out with anybody. They just want to
Well, they couldn't.
slip
That
you the pill and let you die.
there's too many of us. They can't have a real fight,
No,
as I put it. No, no, they're going to do this soft parade
yeah,
because they're chicken littles. They're know nothings really, and the emperor's not wearing any clothes. However you want to put it,
yeah.
and they could never face us. No, no, it's just fraud and fear until it doesn't work. And
I suppose those were the
oh,
kings, the first rich person, the kings and the priests back in Sumeria, Babylonia. Glyphosate, yeah, good stuff.
oh, James brought up a good one. He says if no one can eat the wheat, they get rid of the farmers. It's a oh yes, they play us five ways when they do
Yeah,
something. Yeah,
that's another good angle. Yeah,
yeah,
um,
absolutely. You're right. We can't. It's just one less thing on our plate, so one less farmer in the field.
British invasion. Yeah, see, slow poison. Yeah, Neanderthal pimp. You just know that people will unalive themselves for the promise of utopia. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always that group. Darn it.
Fabianism, Nazism could be. I think it's one arm of it, really. You look back at the suffragettes and all of those early 1900s, the eugenics societies, all of them come out of the Fabian Society. They're all interlinked, just like all of the NGOs right now. So, yeah, it's a club, and we're not in it.
Absolutely. That is boy, I love George Carlin. Hey,
Yeah,
I'm going to switch this for a second because it's in the news and they're talking about it, but all of the different royals, that are remaining, all the monarchies that are still remaining,
yeah,
these kings and princes and all of them, they're coming down with turbo cancers. And there was speculation that they're trying to get rid of the old to bring in the new.
the technocrats.
They're getting rid of the monarchies
Yeah,
and yeah,
well,
and bringing in.
they can just everybody's got a MAC address, right? So they can just plug into that MAC address and just start sending the signals.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. Oh, they were blaming it on the the polka dot, as I call it,
oh
the
yeah, no, no,
C19 polka
don't
dot.
need don't need that. You know, they got enough.
I
They got enough other ways to get you.
that's exactly what I thought, Max. I thought, well, it's possible, but no, yeah, if they want to get you, they can get you.
Yeah.
There's and make it look like an accident,
Yep.
an illness.
Oh no, there was a van outside your house for a couple hours today, and tomorrow you have cancer.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's interesting, an interesting theory that they're getting rid of the old guard, the old money, because it is a reset. We just don't see that part of it. There's like I said, they work all angles here. They don't when they make a move. There's probably 5, 7 different reasons why they're doing it, and
Yeah,
so
and what is that one royal that lives in America? Nobody's seen her since Christmas, and she put out a fake
mm,
photo, some
yes, that's Kate.
CGI
She
photo.
has the big C. Yes, they're now
No,
they're Yeah, she's, oh yeah. Isn't it interesting though that that family seems to lose the princesses a lot? Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, so I agree with you. That sounds pretty plausible that the technocrats have decided, these royals are done.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be hard to take them out. Like they could do it like in a second if they wanted to. But giving them some cancer, making them suffer.
Oh yeah, yeah, the soft parade. Not,
Yeah,
one here, one there, where you just, oh, that's just, it was just the times, they died and illness and whatever, car accident. Yeah, there something's up, and the reset is here. That's all I gotta say. It's
yeah,
here.
yeah. I hope these people start realizing that really we're all on the chopping block. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you think you're with the system, but you're not. It's the system will turn on you. That's its nature because it's multifaceted. There's many players. There's too many players, and now they've got this technology out there that they can pretty much act like gods, killing anyone they want. You know,
That's about it. Well,
yeah.
I was hoping Morgan would come back. I would love to talk to
He's
him.
still
Morgan, are you out
trying.
there?
His device is not connecting.
Oh, gotcha.
Try a reconnect, Morgan. Let me drop you out. I'll kick you from studio, and then you can try again. Yes. If you want this, prevent this person from rejoining, you should ban them instead. No, I'm not going to ban
Yeah.
them.
Don says the Royals don't die. They just change face. Yeah, they just put in a new character, a new
Mm.
cloney actor, I call them.
I
Yeah.
wonder if they've been convinced to take on new bodies or join the meta verse or whatever. You know how they want to live forever. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe they're just
You live forever, but somebody
living
else
off.
does it for you.
Yeah, you're going
Hmm.
to live forever in the machine. There's a lot of people that
Hey,
believe they have extra bodies hanging around to put themselves in, cloned
oh,
bodies.
that's a possibility now. I wouldn't put it past them. But hey, I want to ask you this: indeed these are just doubles, which I suspect probably 60% of what we're looking at is, do you think that they brainwash these doubles into thinking they're that person? I mean, how do they get away with using that person for so long? I'm curious.
They've got incredible brain mapping technology now.
Yeah.
Even the new iPod earbuds, right? They're gonna map your emotions. It's a
Oh, great.
feature that they're sharing. Yeah.
Just what we need,
So,
more emotions on this planet at this
so
time.
how far
We
they've
got too
gotten,
many.
like, I don't know if they couldn't, but it seems like they could imprint uh, your brain pattern onto another biological entity.
Sure,
I think they could do that, and that
to a degree.
entity would be convinced that it is the double, that it is who
Yeah,
you've programmed it to be.
I do. I think these doubles, they MK Ultra'd them somehow, and they think they are who they are, but they're not. I am getting more and more convinced that the Biden character is just that. It's a
Yeah, I
couple
don't
of,
know why they haven't pumped him full of graphene and just remade his brain matrix, just rewrite it.
what, there's
Uh,
nothing there to rewrite though, Max. That's
that
what
could
I
be there
mean.
could be so
He's
many
he's
holes.
that dumb. He was that dumb to
Yeah,
begin with. What do you want to rewrite? I mean,
yeah, he could
God.
have huge holes in his brain, but they can still use that fluid. Like they can. That's what I'm saying. If they just, you don't need his brain. If you can put enough graphene
Memories.
oxide in there, you can restructure the brain with the graphene oxide, all of the neurons and all that.
Oh yeah, I
Uh,
get that.
yeah. So there is that possibility. They're going to offer this as medical help for people. These technologies are coming in the medical industry. Like like you have Alzheimer's, we can fix that. You have Tourette's, we can fix anything in the brain now. We'll just rewire it, and
Yeah. Yeah.
we'll transmit you the frequency that'll stabilize and keep you healthy. And
Hmm.
if your payments stop, we just turn off that signal,
Oh yeah. If
and
they
you'll
get
be
that far, they
okay
can
again.
turn you on and off, whatever they
Yep,
want. Oh my gosh.
yep. That's where
Mhm.
healthcare is going in the future.
It's
Um,
right now it's going
yeah.
to the phone.
Well,
You know.
people think it's like you're going to wear a little watch or you're going to have like a little heart monitor. That no, they're going to use graphene oxide and other nano particulates in and on this in the skin, on the skin, in your muscle, in your bloodstream, and that's going to program you.
Mhm. I'm not surprised. Yeah, they'll reintroduce your
Why
memories if they
they're
can get that. And oh yeah.
That's why they're spraying so much in the skies. That's to get the tech in you,
Mhm.
and on you. Um, it's in
And I
every
just
one of us.
oh yeah, oh we've been breathing. I don't know what we've been breathing in. And
Oh,
isn't it interesting that the state of Tennessee has just passed a law, no chemtrails over our state.
it's a good start. I don't think
It's
it'll
a
do
good
much, but
no, no. Well, yeah, we just down here in the States, we need to go back being states. That's what I said in my last commentary. Just, I mean, we got to fix this at the local level in our own backyards. And then we can talk about the united part. But right now, we're not united. That's the fairy tale fraud. And yeah, we got to go back to being states and saying no. There
yeah.
you go. That's my
We're
platform.
united in the wireless network. We're all nodes in the network at this point, which I that's another thing that pisses me off, and I think we should be fighting against because we weren't asked
Okay.
for consent, you know, to be used
Mhm.
as network nodes, VPNs, cybersecurity.
A cell
Um,
tower. I'm just going to call
yeah,
it that.
well, yeah, a booster. We're a signal booster as well.
Yeah,
They use
a router. We're a router
Yeah,
booster.
pretty
Y-
much, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
because you put out about 20 watts. So what they do is a weak signal will go to you and a bunch of your friends and people around you, and they'll join that up and make and boost the signal. Hey, Robert, good to see you. Hi, Queen Peachy. I don't know if I said hi to you. The nanoparticles will just drop, hit the wall. Yeah, they'll
Yeah,
hit the
yeah. And
wall. Yeah,
and and I and I oh go ahead.
they just drop them from a higher altitude and they'll get over Tennessee.
Yeah, I was also going to bring up a little bit on somewhat on the subject, but speaking of all these things inside of us, I'm finding out that when you go to the dentist and they give you Novocaine now,
Hmm.
guess what? Guess what's in it? The old
Nanogel.
mRNA.
Oh, oh,
I have to
wow.
say it differently so this doesn't
Yeah.
grab your. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah. They're
They're
putting that
giving
in
it to you any
every.
way they can.
Yeah. In the food, they spray it on the food now too. So good luck with that. They just want it in you. They got to get it in you somehow. Well, there's Morgan trying again. Oh, looks like he's got something working. All right, we got you visually. Let's see if we got you verbally. I'm not hearing much. Are you talking?
I,
Yes, you are.
I have to be
Yeah,
able to
your
turn
audio
off
is really bad.
the other volume though. I think I still have you on.
Okay, drop down YouTube.
Okay.
Hey, Marlena, how you doing?
Can you hear? I'm gonna check this
Yeah, it's
setting.
better now.
Is it coming through a bit better now? Okay. What about now? How about now? Is that a lot
Yep,
better?
yep, it's good.
Okay. Okay. All right. Excellent. Excellent.
Gave you lidocaine. Hmm.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't trust any of their medications now. My wife's off of all of their medications, so yeah, I know you're on quite a few on some of their medications, eh?
Oh yeah, I take. They're classic old ones. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're the narcotics and amphetamine. So they both like they really originate from a plant. I know they make them synthetic. And then, well, I'm not sure how they do that anyway, how they make them synthetic because they have to.
They start with petroleum products. They model the molecule off of that.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
How do they make it? Like with the shape? Do they really just have to make the same shape in order to get the element? Like because the petroleum has the carbon enough element. Like
Yeah, they have to get enough elements in there that are similar. And yeah, pretty
right.
much the same shape holds the key because it locks in. The molecules lock in.
I get it. I get it at the temperature and the pressure, and that's the point. Getting it at the thing to make
Yeah.
it
It'll lock
like
into
when
your
you're making any
brain or lock
medication.
into a cell.
Yeah, and you do that by adding obviously the like the thinners or in order to strip it, or the way that they cook medicine, like at the different heats and the different acidic things separate and then things bind back together again. It's a lot like metallurgy, actually, probably making pills, or what I'm saying, making a
Yeah, they've got acids and temperatures and all that, various different ways of putting them together on a massive
yeah,
scale.
like yeah, because but that's wild how from petroleum, working from which comes from, if I'm not mistaken, the ground juice.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So they take the ground juice, and from that we strain. That makes sense though, because it's black and sticky. I can see that we can get the rainbow out of there. And how many calories does it have? Unending. When you think about it, for the amount of calories that's in a cup, that's in like a quart of gasoline,
Yeah.
it's like, what is it, like 5,000 or way more, like
I
50,000?
I don't know. I
It's
don't know.
interesting when you think about the kilojoules and how much it's and driving
It
and
does
all
have a
that.
lot of energy, yeah.
Yeah, like if instead of a carbon tax, if they started doing like an energy tax, like everybody would need like so many millions and millions, because everybody would be considered a certain amount of miles per day, probably like it's like 50 to 100 unless it's your job specifically, and then the employer has to pay an extra thing because so many employees have to drive so far to get to his place, but of course they get a deal, and then all that interesting stuff, right? I think that they just agree with each other, and the money part doesn't actually happen when it comes to the political stuff in each country at a certain level. It just goes Masonic, and not like honestly to the organization, and they just go, at this point we're not actually handing any paper back or forth or exchanging any piles of paper. I mean, there are numbers in banks, but
Hey,
we just
Lucky.
numbers that need to show for taxes for the people's money. I think that they keep control of the people through the farmers and food generation. Okay, the organization of cities, and understanding how many people are generally like kept rural, and understanding just the education of people, organized, like this guy's father did this, what's this kid doing, is he a criminal? Okay, is his kid doing what he should be doing and becoming a low-level criminal, but a guy who understands how to play ball, what I mean, because we need him to stay at this level, but we also need him to have an average of 4 kids. Okay, is he getting his conjugals? Okay, excellent. Okay, making sure he gets out in 7 years. I know he killed 2 people, but they were criminals too. So it doesn't. Yeah, exactly. 7 years and we'll give him probation or parole. Like, what I mean? That's Canada, by the way. Like, what I mean? If they're not actually interested, if the media never got a hold of your crime, I've seen men, and I've been around the system a long time. They do absolutely horrendous crimes. And if the media doesn't get involved, they're going to get 15 years. Like, what I mean? Like, that's what they usually hand out. Like, well, nobody cares. 15 years for what you did. And that's the heaviest that they'll give people, because they want them back in society, because most men generate more money for taxes than they're paying for them sitting in the penitentiary. So unless they think, hey, do you think this guy's actually going to kill a bunch more people? Well, probably not. He's an okay guy. He goes to work. He does everything he's supposed to do. Let him out. That's honestly what they do in Canada. And in Quebec, they do it only a lot sooner.
Hmm.
5 years sooner. Because
Yeah. We need more prisons. There's a lot of criminals out there that they're just
they do,
putting out on the streets.
I've deserved every day that I've spent behind bars. You get what I'm saying, right, Max?
Yeah.
I would not ask the universe to change up the actual jail. I believe when it comes to actual, when you get into the situation, right? There's no way you can't belong there. You get what I'm saying, right? There's no way you're
Yeah.
not where you. There's no way you are.
Yeah.
Never
You
where
did the
you belong.
crime. You're going to do the time. But I think
Exactly.
that
And the word says it. Like, even
unfortunately,
my own thing, it says wherever you are, that's exactly where you're supposed to be. There
yeah,
can't be another scenario.
Yeah, the problem is we've turned from a criminal reform system into a criminal
Into it.
punishment system, and we
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
get back to the reform. Um, there are
exactly.
models of prisons that work to teach people skills, to get them jobs, to teach them normal life,
Yes,
instead of these gang rape prisons that they've set up,
yes. When you
which is
speak to
pretty much they
guards,
are.
they'll tell you, what do the men have here? Nothing. I feel sorry for them. They're rotting.
Yeah,
There's nothing. And you're like,
they're
oh, you don't
rotting
like,
inside.
how can
Their
you hate
souls
them
are
when you
rotting.
know it's not their fault? That no one's teaching them
Well,
any skills. Like,
some
shouldn't
of
you
it is,
got a
but
skill in jail? Like, you'd think
yeah,
that you'd have something. They used to do barbering, for goodness sakes. Now they
yep,
can't hand them the scissors, or when they do, you have to wait a long time. There has to be a guard sitting there while the guy's doing the barbering, so it's a hassle because you know how understaffed they all are now, right? So
yeah,
the barber day only takes place like once a month, but at least it happens. But I mean, but that's how it is now, as opposed to them actually having a class where a bunch of men go and actually come out with the real certificate, the real one, because they
yeah.
passed the real test.
And
Like, sorry,
that's
I'm a
my
barber. I don't have to do crime anymore. I can really cut
yeah.
hair. I can really
That's my
shave.
point with more prisons, like bigger
Yeah,
prisons.
yeah,
Like
like useful ones that are based
the
upon that
people need
model.
more space. Like they shouldn't all be crammed in like that. That's ridiculous. They know what that
It's
does socially
insane.
and psychologically. They're actually doing punishment just by sticking the people in the situation they're in. If they
Oh
gave
yeah.
them more room and gave them more skills, more teachable, like come on, with the surveillance, the technology that we're describing earlier, do they really even need a guard? They don't really. They could all be electronically done. They could have an open air prison like we're in, and they wouldn't feel like they're hemmed in, except there'd probably be a line that they couldn't cross, you know,
Oh
and it'd
yeah.
be so
Yeah.
much better, you know.
Oh, like,
So
exactly.
yeah,
And
depriving us of sunlight. Yeah, they're doing that to everybody.
that's, I don't understand,
But
that
yeah, the prison system
they're not
could
giving
be
us.
done so much
I've
better.
done it, like, you know what I mean? And for months and months, right? You don't get the sun. And then we walked out, and instead of the sun, there was a cage, and the sun would just hit, you know what I mean, certain corners of you, so you'd move where you'd get the light on the edges. But
Yeah.
most people, those are prime spots if there's more than one range out. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, usually
Yeah.
they just let one range out at a time because it's just a dog kennel. It went from a yard,
Yeah.
an actual yard with grass, and there was a wall, but I mean, you know, and then the net so that you couldn't get in packages. You know what I mean? But they
Yeah.
changed that dog kennel for no reason. Like, you know what I mean? It was just because it was in the budget, and they were doing it for other places too. So now we got a dog kennel too.
Yeah.
I hardly room to
Um,
run around in it. Like the
Yeah,
only.
they should have like a track. They should have a gymnasium. They should have,
Yeah, the new ones did, meaning the new mega jail did, right? So the last place that I was at, it did have a gym to play basketball in, and that's
yeah,
all the day, never closed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like from the morning when the jail cells crack to the evening, the gym's open, and it's soundproof too, so it's not bothering people in the other room. And then there's also another gym of that you can go to. You know what I mean? Like during the week, if you
yeah,
sign up for it. And it wasn't that bad. The last place I went to, there was actually a lot of stuff that you could do. It
yeah,
wasn't that bad actually. If you wanted to get along with, if you wanted to do the stuff, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool actually. Once you start, getting badminton games, and you get what I'm saying, because you get to know other,
yeah.
like you get to know other guys, and it's like, what I mean, that guy, that guy's, right on, man, and it's like you said,
Are they
in these stressful situations with being such a close proximity with anyone. So other
yeah,
than the flare ups that usually just happen because how impossible is it to live right with somebody like together that close? Other than
hmm,
that, it's usually, you know what I mean. It's usually like not too bad. Just moments of super stress, and then not much. Then you basically do your own time. You read
yeah,
books. If you like to read, you really got it made. You know what I mean? Because you can break up the rest of your time by watching a bit of TV, doing a bit of
hmm,
working out, playing, doing some they even had the weightlifting, the workout machine like on range and exercise bikes. There was like a couch and a big screen TV, and then a separate room for music videos or whatever the one group of guys wanted, and that was soundproof too. And another room off to the side and then the room upstairs where programs were going on too for guys that wanted to do programs, and it was really interesting looking at the super jail. You know what I mean, the super jail really gave you an opportunity to come out. You know what I mean? Going, hey, I want to live. I want to do shit
Oh
rather
my
than just
God,
sitting.
this is totally off topic.
Yeah, no, go for it.
They're going to remake Bambi.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're going to woke Bambi. Oh
That's
my
right.
God.
They're gonna tone down the death scene of the mother being shot.
Oh, is that what they're going to do? Okay.
I couldn't believe it because that was the thing, that the cardinal thing that they weren't to touch, right? Like, don't touch we're not going to change that. We're gonna keep that now. They're gonna change it. They're gonna soften it up. Bambi's mother isn't going to, or how they show it, how it's portrayed, or maybe how.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it. I just heard about that last night that they're going to remake Bambi. That I just about lost it. That was hilarious. I can't wait to see how badly it does in the theaters, and I hope it just flops like everything else they're putting out.
It is really crap now, is it not? It's so 1982. That's what I said.
So 1982.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, people remember, the sets for the movies and everything. It's as if they didn't understand what was going on in real life, and we all knew that. So when they get it close to someone in real life, we go, "Hey, look at the movie it did. That's almost like what it's like in our real lives. Wow!" But not quite, and kind of off and weird, and as if something behind the scenes, like an entity, is doing something, or definitely trying to sell us something rather than give us any moral. And I feel like I'm being turned into some kind of.
I haven't seen anything out of the mainstream now that hasn't been woke or trying to sell you something. My wife actually caught a documentary last night that wasn't telling her about climate change. I was amazed. That was bizarre to see. I just avoid television.
Prison in Colorado.
I know they do. They interject all this crap in between the plot. It really drives me nuts because you can plainly see it, and it's like I'm waiting for the next movie. Lassie is a transsexual.
Yes.
Seriously, it's gonna get that bad.
Maybe he fell down the well. Well, good on the white boy. That'll learn him.
Hey, what could they do with Pinocchio and his growing nose? Yeah.
Oh, no, it's just really, I get really discouraged because they're just grinding. It's like ever since 2019, most of these movies are just the same old. And I don't watch them. I can't.
There are alternative producers now. Like Mel Gibson is putting out a new movie apparently. So yeah, there are people who have been ousted from Hollywood. Kevin Sorbo,
right, yeah.
I do see others. They are actually producing stuff. So
yeah,
and not just their stuff. Like they're producing stuff with
Kevin Sorbo. It was all right. I dig it.
Yeah,
I dig it.
So there are alternates coming up. They're just not popular at the moment. That's all.
Yeah. But Netflix still has to buy them because they need the content. So if it's anywhere half decent, they scoop it up, or any number of other platforms, even Tubi. What's the other one, like Express or whatever? There's.
Yeah, they've scooped up some really bad movies. It's like nothing I want to look at.
Like Prime is another one, right? And it's like,
I used to try to look for stuff on that IMB, but I really didn't find much. It was, I don't know. There's got to be something that takes like precedence in the market that people start putting advertising dollars into.
Yeah, like how Iron Man really started off. I think like the Marvel Universe. Now maybe I'm the fool if it was all charted out before, or if it was something where they were like, okay, maybe we could do this. Like, maybe some people hoped, but then with the success of that, they okayed the next project and maybe another one because of it. And then when those worked, they were like, okay, we'll okay, 6 projects, one based on each of these, because you were right twice before, and lightning usually doesn't, strike same place twice. So we'll, third time's a charm, and you know how much we like money. And then when it worked that third time, they put everything in the one basket and just said, okay, do this again and again and again and again. And we're not actually going to switch. They either enjoy it like this or they get nothing.
Yeah, right now they still have pretty much a monopoly on the broadcasting systems. So until that changes, that's got to change a little bit. And
that's how it was in the 50s. You'll get what we give you and you'll like it.
Pretty much, man. Boy, they started that control thing right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
They repeat the programs, and if you notice, a lot of times on cable, there'll just be like 4 different programs. They'll just play and repeat, all week long, and people will watch them. They're so starving for that content, and they know when they make them what's going to be going on. It's going to be cycling through, like All American, them Rural Home, all them episodes, the Dog, the Bounty Hunter, and all that. You're not telling me like by the 2nd or 3rd season the CIA's not, or whatever, it's not in there going, okay, put that here, put this here. Oh, Dog the Bounty Hunter, because you said Dog the Bounty Hunter, Midwestern person, I am now 1,000% convinced that they do. Exactly. They put it in those. Remember the people, the repo show? I'm going repo, bo, or whatever that show. Those shows are filled with mind programming. Like they just go
all of them
right into the brain.
All of them, man. It's like, just watch. I get more entertained with what they're trying to interject than the actual plot sometimes, Yeah. It's like, oh, there, I saw it. I saw you're trying to get me to think this way. Haha, I'm not.
Yeah, I have to watch it that way or I'll go insane.
Hi, Chloe.
I remember when I was a kid telling myself, and sometimes doing a little exercise of my mind, remember to watch the show behind the show. Pretend you're the director. Pretend you're the director, noticing. And maybe don't laugh when everyone else is laughing. That's not the joke. The joke is the thing that is being set up. And then you laugh when there's nothing else going on because the the thing worked right on. And I was like, that always stay like that. Always understand what they're trying to do and then watch the performances, but always remembering they're trying to put something in your head, an idea that wasn't there and that you normally wouldn't think or believe.
Yeah, usually it's guilt. Guilt or division, one of the two.
Yeah, absolutely. For some way that you've treated somebody, for not including them.
You're at fault for the environment, and you're
at fault. Oh goodness,
oh,
yes.
God, you're so at fault for that.
Trudeau gets out
because all of us when we were young, we all started up these companies that used polluting products instead of. I did that. I made all the plastics and stuff out of petroleum.
I was the source, a path, and a worker. And so many times I could have changed the base of so many different companies of the base material.
I love how
but I just
they've shifted the blame, right? For the
I was a selfish child.
So it's like, we polluted, we did all that, but who made the products? Who gave us no choice but those products to buy?
That's right.
So who has to pay for it to be cleaned up? I think they do. That's my opinion on it.
The companies that brought us the products. Absolutely.
Yeah, you bought them with no choice,
Yeah, and they lobbying.
Yeah, well, they'd buy out anybody who was bringing up newer technologies like hemp fibers and things.
Yes.
They would buy them out and kill the companies. Bill Gates went around destroying tech companies in the inception of Microsoft. Anybody that came up with anything, they buy them out, kill them, anything.
Hyper global megacore. Yeah. That was Homer's business. Bill Gates came and was like, I don't know what you do, Homer, but I'm just going to write a number here on this check. It's like,
Then they smash his little computer in his
Yeah.
desk.
What do you think? I don't think I got rich by writing a bunch of checks to you. Yeah. Hyper global megacore. Right on.
Yeah. So yeah,
I don't.
we did have a tech boom at one
We did.
time,
I
like an
remember it
independent.
happened, man. It
It
happened.
was independent. Now it's all corporate.
Yep.
If you look up the IEEE, you can find all the weird shit they're trying to do to us. I showed them on the channel last night. They're the experiment. They're the people that are bringing out all this new fun tech. You know.
Yeah, I imagine. I really can, man.
Yeah. Well,
Because look at everything that servants used to do and how bad it would get, right? Doing every aspect of everything, and they're to do it without looking at you, not looking in the eye, just doing it. And so, like, and I understand they want that again. You know what I mean? They want that weird Flintstone life where all the animals are doing the activities around them, except instead of animals, it's people. And yeah, man. And you almost know it. Are they going to be able to have eyes? Or are they going to insist on having the goggles or the screen over top of those people's eyes? You know, so
mm,
they be at home with their family while they're at work working. Or what are you
yep.
talking about?
That's a very possible future. Just a meat suit. And then eventually, once you get used to being in the meta, they just turn you off. Just use your
Yeah,
meat suit,
yeah.
right?
So that you're not taking up energy and calories
Yeah,
and
we
so
don't need
forth.
to expend those extra resources
And you
entertaining you.
can't
We can
rise
just
up
turn
like
you
the
off.
Israelites and take over the Egyptians who are fewer. You know what I mean? You know, like in order. Yeah, exactly. For the same reason, keep them weak but keep them, producing livers for them. Like because they'll want to take out our livers whenever they feel like it and exchange them. Um, those are the most valuable body part in us
Yeah, how
is our
could you
liver.
not know they? How could you not know they chemtrail? You can type into your Google search there, weather modification treaty, Canada, U.S., and one of the treaties will come up.
Yep, and yeah, all the information's been there. Like
Yep.
it's been there. Like and it's just been the amount. Like I've always had a certain amount of disclosure, meaning certain people. We were told certain things. Being in private school, they told us certain things were a lie in society, but not all of it. We were told evolution was a lie. And different things, but we weren't told. But the Earth was still round. Like it was pick and choose which truths. Because
Right,
you
citizen.
lose control
Just
the
look
more
at.
knowledge that you give away.
Yeah, the good lawyers don't get up into the higher positions, F. Kitty. It's like everything else; they've got a filter system, and they get rid of those people. The good lawyers.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
yeah,
very dangerous, very dangerous. Like you could really wreck some stuff.
yeah. Right. Just Google it. Right. It's there. It's not a weather modification is not a conspiracy. Chemtrails are not a
No,
conspiracy. They are right in front of your face. They are written into the legislation of Canada and the U.S. So it's not. You're considering becoming a lawyer? Oh well. Good luck if you're a good person, Citizen Broadcasting. And I know you are. So good luck with that. You can do some
there we
good
go.
on the lower levels. That's possible. You know, but a lawyer has to defend the guilty as well as the innocent, and there's a moral conundrum right from the beginning. You know.
It's yeah, it's a lot of deal making. Meaning, I need this one, okay, but I gave you a favor last time. I'm asking for a let. What do you mean? I'm asking you to give me this guy. I'm asking for one of my lets, and they
Oh
have
yeah,
those. They have those.
they trade info and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah. Like if someone comes out and says, "I've got a
it's like
reason
pro
I
wrestling.
need you to just trust me on, back off and let me get what I'm asking for this guy. And the next guy that you want from me, I'm not going to put up any whatever. You get him, and the next guy. You know what I mean? Just because we're friends, they do that. That's something
yeah,
that
it's money exchange, right? Because you get a bigger
yeah,
bonus when you win a case. You get more money. So
yes,
You've got to trade it up and be fair with it. So they're just they're pretty fair with that, trading their money around. But
Oh yeah, yeah,
unfortunately, we lose in the end on that.
yeah. And that's the
But
other thing too. Money does talk in a court of law. Like, if you walk and you state, I have money to pay a fine, can we defer to that? Well, yes. In your case, because you have more money than most people, we can defer to that since you are
mm,
willing to. And thank you that you're willing to go that route. We appreciate that, sir. And then they'll sentence you and to how much money you owe, and then you'll walk out free and
yeah.
clear as agreed because you paid so much to the community. How
Well,
philanthropic.
now we're getting the South Americans up here
Yeah,
policing, so that'll be interesting because the
yeah,
South
I saw
American
that.
system is where you basically bribe the police, and if you don't have bribe money, you go to jail.
That's right.
So that'll probably
Simple,
be the system they're going to try to implement up
simple.
here. You know,
In the UK, they were using the immigrants to kick
we're going to
the
make money off you somehow.
language out of their homes. I saw that, by the way. The immigrants, right, that come into the
Hmm.
country, they're just hanging around. Well, the government goes out and goes, "Come on, we need some people to help us kick out some people, to evict some people." So the immigrants will come get work for the day, and they will go with the eviction crew to the home to evict actual English people out of their homes
Hmm.
and to put
And
immigrants in.
so they just start squatting. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's
brutal.
insane. And
All right.
then
See you,
somebody
Chloe.
came and they arrested the person who tried to get them out of there because they said, no, the home's not yours anymore, even though they're the one paying for it. You know what I mean? On a lease, but they were some,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Because there were squatters there, somehow she couldn't go about it with that route, and they actually escorted her off the property
Yeah.
in cuffs.
Wow. Yeah. If you end up in like a Cuban prison, you're in there until you can pay to get out.
Yes. Oh yeah.
That's the way that goes. You know,
Like,
you
yeah,
got to
and if
have somebody on
somebody
the outside who's going to buy you out because it.
you'll
Other than
keep on
that,
going around and around talking to people, going, how come I just keep on sending around? Who do I talk to? Who do I talk to?
yeah.
Who? How
Hi,
much money
Seven.
did you off? Like how much money did they ask for? Well, no. I mean, in the system, I want to do it right. Right. How much money did you? How much money did they ask for? No, I want to do it the right way. Oh, you don't get it. No, you have to pay the money. That is the right way down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The mistake is you keep on trying to get it done the other way. Down there, you need $5,000. So whatever that is up here, change that. Ask them they want change it to pesos. They'll probably want it in American dollars anyway. So go ahead and get that. If they want it in 20s or 100s, unmarked or whatever, Yeah, but bring it down and your son will be released. For real.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's how it works. They even
Yeah.
showed you movies, like how they tell the truth in movies. It was a movie, Let's Go to Prison.
Yeah. My
That guy,
wife did a big deep dive into these prisons, and
yeah,
it's sick.
he
It's
explained it.
absolutely sick.
He
It's
explained it.
absolutely sick.
In a
Yeah.
Hollywood movie. He explained it. He was like, if I give them the iPhone, I get a cell with a window. And he was like, and it was hilarious. And he was like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
I can't
Hey,
remember. I think you have to buy your food. Go ahead.
Can I do a show and tell since we're on the justice system? I want to.
Sure.
Okay.
Can you do it in a minute?
Sure.
I want to make something to drink. I need a coffee.
Yep, you got it.
Can you guys hold the fort?
I have an Elgin Middlesex Detention Center thing here from a legal tort, right? A lawsuit for not being given the necessities of life. A class action lawsuit.
Oh, you're important.
A real letter for Elgin Middlesex, London, Ontario. That was the place that I went before that mega jail. This was the place I was at before that. No, but you were doing a thing. Sorry.
Yeah, I only get junk mail. That's, when you get junk mail, you're nobody. But yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm going to wait till, yeah, we were talking about the justice system, and it's just the injustice system. We know, we got it.
Yeah.
We know how it's working today.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate. And I kind of wonder, we know this instinctively, that it all comes out of childhood. Why is this person doing this horrendous thing? their environment, because you do reflect your parents.
Yep.
So I just say, why aren't we going back now as a village and looking at these children and seeing what's really going on? Where's the turning point, and can we direct them back into something, you know,
Yes.
human and whole in a way?
Exactly. Absolute 100%. And we know who they are.
Yeah, no, they take these children, they throw them in some system if the home is halfway bad, and make them worse. And it's just, you're right, they're perpetuating this mindset so they can live off of it like a leech. We've got a
Yes.
lot of moochy leeches in our society, and yeah, we got to get rid of that. I know I
It's
probably won't see it
absolutely
in my lifetime, but yeah, I'm really crossing fingers with what is it, Gen Z and beyond. I think they're going to figure something out, because
right, right,
hopefully
right,
my
right.
generation can pull them out from under the indoctrination,
Yeah.
the
Yes.
programming get. I'm hoping
Yes.
my generation can rip that apart, and then don't do anything. Just let the newer generation come in and say, okay, we got it now. If not, we're just going to keep going over and over. And this has been happening forever. I mean, if you just read a history book, you're going to let's just go back to Marie Antoinette's day. We're still here, folks. We're still being run by a few cray-crays, and we let them. Because
Yes.
we're raised as children to do so. That's where the
Yes.
prison is. We've been in a,
Exactly.
we've been in a prison,
I
and
saw the child today being abused by the woman in the classroom, torturing him, but choking him. And he's like 3 years old, but because it's in the classroom, it's even normalized by the child, even though they're screaming and they can't believe, it's unbelievable this level of torture is happening, but that's what they do.
you pinned it. You pinned it, Morgan. It's where they have conditioned us to accept it in a classroom. It's no, 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 no. I don't care if it's the teacher or the kids. Something's really going wrong here, because when I was going to school, it was way more. Even though we were probably the most indoctrinated generation there is, it was way more organized and civil. I didn't have to
Yeah.
worry about going to school and getting beaten up, or walk into a bathroom and God knows what you'd see now. It's just, something has really gone amiss. And yeah,
You
we
could
got to
see
get
a
out of
grown
this.
18-year-old man in the girls' gym locker room.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shaving. But some of these
His
corps
leg,
are finding out
his
that
legs.
we're not playing anymore. People are just going, oh, I'll just vote my money somewhere else.
Yep. Yep.
And that's what you got to do. Yeah.
That's where I've been at. I've been at too. Meaning, it's like well, first you need to talk with your dollars, because that is what touches
Gets
them.
them. Yeah, that's
That's
what
Yeah,
what
gets
very
them.
true.
touches them. That's what causes them to flinch. The money.
Yeah. Oh, here, thanks, Max. Um, this is the Portland Federal Judicial Court. They are now installing these solid stainless steel garage doors in front of everything. And I ask, oh, gee, are they expecting something? Huh.
Stainless steel, that would be great protection against radiation.
Oh yeah, all kinds of things. I mean, you name.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where we're going. See, the jailers are now jailing themselves in, because
Yes. Yes.
so
I noticed that very much.
you know,
They're in the
and
prison too.
you can ward off the average riot, protest, whatever outside, but I guarantee you this will be your death knell if you want to get out of a building that's been bombed and burned upstairs. This you always have to watch the double-edged sword of this movement. But my bigger question is, okay, are they expecting something? I kind of think so. And I've been seeing this the last couple of years on banks as well as federal
Mhm.
buildings and county buildings, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. So there you
So they're
go.
preparing to do something, is
Yeah.
basically what that's an indication of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they're preparing for something they're going to do. Some
Yeah.
Well, they are setting up the situation to try to get radicals to riot. Um,
Yes. Yes.
if Trump gets elected, they've promised riot. Black Lives Matter will riot again. So yeah, I think this next year is going to be very interesting.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. They'll all
Yeah.
run to their bunkers, but it's all good.
Well, there's
Yeah,
a
that
double-edged sword on that too.
yeah.
Don't
Everybody
think you're
knows
safe
where the
down there.
bunkers are now. So
If they find him, it's just, hey, if we find you,
yeah,
we just put a little,
well,
put a
everybody's going to
little.
be looking for them. People are
Oh,
going to be
I bet they
looking
wow.
for them.
will. I bet
Yeah.
there's going to
Where's
be
Oh,
the
crews that
food?
will.
could you
Where's the
imagine the
food and
nightmares
guns?
in the bunkers that would go, even though no matter what they think, my team of militia will. No, they won't. No, they
No, you
won't.
just
They're
throw
going
a
to be
little
terrified.
cement, little liquid cement down the vents.
Yeah,
Voila.
done.
It's just that easy.
There's
No,
all kinds of ways.
cray
Yeah,
cray. These are cray crays. They
yeah.
believe in their own crap.
Yeah,
Good grief.
yeah. They're going to be doing that. Long live the bomb. Long live. That's what they're going down there to do. Like they've got the blueprint. They got their copy of Planet Return to the Planet of the Apes all ready to go. Like,
Yeah,
long
right.
live and the precious fallout for which it stands.
Precious file.
We'll end up with the Eloy and the Morlocks, will we?
Yes. Yeah, like
Oh,
that's
speaking of,
every time. That's how it works. See, that's the
Yep.
thing. Is it analogy or is it? It's an analogy as well as a prediction and a documentary.
They'll be
Great when
having
you
their
get.
high techy tech underground society coming up and eating the Eloy
Yeah,
and yeah,
yeah.
it's like, what's one level lower? Oh, Metropolis. So for us, the Molochs are above us, and the Eloi are above the Molochs. That's right, son.
Gives a new meaning to as above, so below.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. It has
Hey,
levels, like Dante.
but getting back to the realm, okay, are we just that dumb that we keep repeating this plot? Or are we on a realm that gets us so far in the storyline and then just shakes us all up, whatever?
I'm
Mud-
still here. So in my cycles, right? It's insane. It's crazy, and they do it over and over and over again. And I'm still here, and I don't know how I haven't cycled out. Why they just haven't gone. Oh, and by the way, Morgan, you're done. You know what I mean? They should have.
yeah.
So I go
They
on.
think they've got it all. They think they've got it all. Like
I
they
think
think they've
so.
got
Out of
all the
vanity,
knowledge. They think they've got all the tech. They think they've got the best ways to live. They think they've got it all, but they don't.
yeah.
And that's the
No,
problem. And
no.
they've always thought that
The
Yeah.
since the
simple things
beginning.
always confound the rich or those who suppose themselves wise and never gettable. You know what I mean? In their bunker, like you're
Yeah.
saying, and whatnot. And then the calamity comes upon them so quick when it does. So quick.
Like they've spent so much time and energy repressing and subjugating.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
And
pressure just
Why?
builds and builds
It-
and builds.
yeah, if they spent that energy building,
Could you
wow,
imagine?
could you imagine what the world would be like? It'd be
That's what I'm.
beautiful freaking place.
No, they
You know?
start us as children and they mold us into this ucky thing,
Yeah.
and they break us. We're damaged goods walking around.
Horses, yes, as horses have to be broken as well when they're wild.
Yes, but they do this to us, and they play the same old, Shakespeare play over and over and over again. And why aren't we building and moving on? I don't get that part about humanity.
I don't understand it. Yeah, we'd have already could have made Mars into a paradise by now.
Could you
Like,
everything?
yeah, like we look at the
Mars
exponential
could be a
explosion of
place-
technology
Mars could be
now.
another place in the ocean that we can terraform up in Antarctica with a simple array and the
Mhm.
changing of the frequency of the torus field of many different mechanisms that we can create on a large scale because it's ours to do what we please with. Except they have to do everything in a damaging and destroying and destructive way so that then they have more contracts to hand out to clean up the mess with.
Yeah. It's all
Really?
control too, right?
Yeah.
Keeps you running around in a cage, you know?
Like I was saying, to make sure that
The
the
cage that
population
we're in, the
yeah,
container that we're
design
in.
of the container is
They
always
don't want us
contained.
getting out of the container, right?
The
We're in,
statute
that's
and the
right. Don't get uppity.
bylaws, the rescheduling of properties, commercial or residential in each area, absolute to affect the flow of the public, the flow of the
Well,
currency, where the
yeah,
people are going.
we're in a
What
container,
they're doing.
Yeah.
and I always wondered though if you're looking at a different realm theory, that the planets like Mars are just further
I
out.
sometimes
That's
wonder
and
Maybe.
if they
there's
take a separate
suns, and
turnpike and all of a sudden go to the different London, Ontario that they all go to, knowing it's just a simple switch of the highway and it goes up and they go on to the other place. And it's just a simple 1 kilometer off because you can't see. It's out of sight, out of mind. All the trees block it.
Yeah.
In Canada, it'd be really easy. Max knows it. You know what I'm saying, Max? There could easily be a different Guelph, Ontario, or a different
Lots of
Mississauga, or
space
a
up here,
different
yeah.
in Canada, where it's like, look, if you turn in that direction on the turnpike, you actually go to the real Woodstock, Ontario. What? Yeah, there's a separate one
Yeah.
for the rich. It's like, what do you mean? Well, all the business and all the owner, because you don't really hear about it, but it's like, oh, it's 200,000 people. Well, there's 300,000 that live in the other Woodstock, and they actually control Hamilton and the Essex, and it's like, what? And it's like, well, yeah. And so you can't. They don't want the people messing with them, right? So, rightfully
Yeah.
so. And it's like in
Texas
cottage
just took almost I think $1 billion out of BlackRock. They found that they said that their mission objective is counter to the production and economic standing of Texas, i.e., getting in the way of oil
Yeah.
and other production. So they pulled a bunch of money out. So yeah, some people are doing it with their money, and that will cripple them if they don't. Although they do have the Fed to play with, so they can just kind of print money. I don't even know if money is that important to them at the moment, because we watch
the thing, right?
we watch Hollywood just roll on, losing like billion after billion, and they just keep rolling on,
yeah,
right?
because it's worthless. It's absolutely. We're now averaging $1 trillion deficit every month.
They put up all this infrastructure,
When you're
wireless infrastructure, with billions of dollars. Where'd that come from?
because they're just running it off of a computer at this point, and
You know?
everybody knows it. I mean, when you're talking about trillions, oh come on, it's so far gone, and they want to hide it. They're going to blame all of this on something.
Well, yeah, they lose $1 trillion every 8 years.
Yeah,
So
well,
there's a pretty good slush fund.
it's just a little little keyboard misstroke.
Just before 9/11, they lost $1 trillion and all that gold and silver underneath. Where'd that go? Well, it's still under there. We just can't get to it. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got stolen, but luckily it was insured, so we've replaced it all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So was the
with
building.
trillions.
Yeah.
Thank God for insurance.
Yeah. Such a hoax. Oh my God. Yeah.
They're coming out with insurance for the insurance so that we're extra protected.
Well,
Oh,
now
yeah,
now they're insuring people out of their houses too, because insurance is going way, way up.
oh yes, here's the new one down here in the States because of all the squatters.
Mhm.
They're now issuing squatters insurance. Yep. If you own that second home, better get some squatters insurance on there.
Oh my
State
God.
Farm cares.
Whatever happened to paperwork and tossing people out?
When
if
we
you've got
play
the
legal
deed,
games with
if you're
contracts,
supposed to have
because
a
of the
deed,
equity
right?
you allow, because of your
Because
faith
obviously
in
that
Moloch,
paper is worthless too now. A deed is
Yeah,
worthless.
apparently
Let's
all
get,
their papers are worthless, eh?
yeah, don't
You
get
know?
uppity thinking you own something.
That's right. That's right. Because when it comes to the law, nothing's sacred. When the
Well, they
drag
just,
line,
when it doesn't work for them, they just change the
hey,
system, right?
sometimes nothing's a pretty cool hand. Yeah, I'd say so, squatters.
Yeah. Yeah, if it doesn't work, change the system or just ignore
Yeah.
it,
Yeah. That's right. If you don't like a definition of the law, change the
Change the
definition of the
definitions.
law,
That's
or
why
the
I'm saying
definition of the words in the law.
they
You
change
can't
the
change
rules all
the
the
definition
time.
in the law.
The rules fit them right there, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, you
One
can't beat
person's
the
hand.
injustice system. You can't. It's just another leg
Yeah.
on the chair.
Yeah. See that they're hoping for like a civil war. Really, what I
Yes.
think what that would be, because the percentage of people supporting all of these radical ideologies, they'll crack and cave in a second.
I don't
Uh,
hate them.
Yes.
They'll dye their
Well,
hair brown. They'll throw away their rings
I
because
don't want to
they don't
kill them.
have. There's not enough of them, and they don't have any
no.
backbone.
Exactly.
They're
Fraud and
such a
fear.
small.
Max.
They're
Yeah, it's
such
like
a
I don't
small
think I need
percentage.
to either. It's like they'll go down if the police just don't arrest me for punching them in the head like we used to do when I was a kid. I got punched in the head when I would be acting up, like for real. Like you didn't get away with much before you caught one.
Yeah.
You know, but it kept a certain order amongst us kids. It
Yeah.
really did. You know what I mean? Like
No, I do. I remember the vice
Yeah.
principal had a paddle.
We need a little bit of
Mhm.
schoolyard justice out there, eh?
yeah, like I'm not saying it was always justified, and like you'd be like, "Hey, yeah, Morgan got beat up a lot," you know what I mean? But but the thing is, a lot of the time, it's something psychological, and they're just lonely and want someone to hang out with too, and they're actually faking beating you up for the people that are around, and they're like, "Yeah, we've just been wrestling for the past fucking 6 months anyway. I wasn't ever trying to hurt you," and it's like I wasn't hurt either. And it's like, yeah. We're still doing the fun thing that we do it. Like we're still going to go make the go-kart, right? Yes, of
Well,
course.
did I play with you when I was young?
Like you get used to certain weird things and social structures as kids, but the one thing that used to go down was if somebody started just hurting other kids and thought they could get away with it, some other kid would be like, "So you like to fight, eh? I like to fight too," and that other kid would at least get beat up. But now that natural order doesn't seem to happen, whereas before it used to take its course until at least people would go into
Well, and it would set a
adulthood.
pecking order too, right? You
Whatever
would
the
know
hell
who
you
was the
want.
toughest guy,
Yeah, that's
Used to-
right, Max.
we did have a pecking order.
Yeah, for the very fact, and you knew who it was.
Yeah, we always
I knew who it
fought.
was here.
I fought with pretty much everybody I knew. That way right?
We
Who's
all knew.
the
Yeah,
top dog?
exactly.
Just
It
like a
wasn't
pack of
just
wolves will nip at each other, until they decide who's the boss.
That's right. The alpha,
Yeah.
the alpha deal. And I was
And
never an
if you
alpha.
don't know, go
Not in
and
my
ask
family.
women. They have it all sorted out. They have
I was
it
a low
all.
one on
If
that
you don't
totem
know, the
pole.
women do.
Yeah.
If you don't know where to sit, the women do. Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand how. And then I see their relationships and I'm like, oh, they're not actually with him. I'm like, how do those guys get women when, what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be aroused if I was with that person. And it's like, Morgan, it's a convenience for the
Hi, Dee.
woman. And they just do the job of being the person's wife. And if the other person accepts that, it's okay. Like, and that's what they do. And it's like, that's not love. No, it isn't. And it's like, well, I want nothing to do with it. And it's like, right. But people that have money get involved in some really fucked up shit, man. Really fucked up arrangements.
There's some good advice there from Lucky. Manifest yourself a remote job and work from there. Yeah, or start your own business. That's a good idea.
I'm an international spy from home.
We could all be YouTubers. There we go. We'll all get YouTuber
Yeah,
jobs.
that's the thing, right? I am what I've always wanted to be.
Yeah, you're already doing it, eh?
I'm on.
So,
It's like I'm on. That's the fix. I want to know that people are paying attention to me.
yeah, a lot of places
Heaven,
apparently,
bliss.
without our knowing, they've implemented UBI, Universal Basic Income, in 100 cities
right.
in the U.S.
Yes.
It's working out very well. People are actually pretty lazy.
Yeah. Who wouldn't go for that?
And
It's like saying to
going real
that's like
good.
saying to my dogs,
A
"Don't
lot
take
of
that
them-
treat."
Yeah, a lot of them
Yeah.
will have like a part-time job, which isn't that bad, I guess. But yeah, the UBI is on its way to a city near you to make people lazy and not want to work. They claim that the experiment they did in Canada with the UBI, most people actually did get a job or something like that. It worked out
I get what you're
apparently really
saying.
well. I don't understand how that worked, but um,
Maybe they're sitting around doing nothing. They were like, I could also get involved in what the town does and maybe even increase my status and get laid by better people or have a different social group or meet different people. And then they
yeah,
actually choose to go out and get a job because I can understand how sometimes it's so small of a structure in Canadian town to actually go out and get that job might elevate that person in their own mind, or you know what I mean, in their own social thing to a new
yeah.
level for Ben at,
You know
and
what?
they'd
I,
like to
I
try
might go
it out.
for I might go for UBI because if they gave it to me, I'd probably go into politics. I'd go
Yes,
make
Mm.
it.
you see,
Hmm.
I'd go.
wonderful,
Yeah,
wonderful, Max.
that'd be a good place to go make a stink.
Yeah.
Start hanging around City Hall, right?
Yeah, put the pressure on.
Yeah,
Make them
that's
understand who's right there
I'm sure they'll
so that
be
they
very
can't just go,
selective
who's going to
with.
usurp me? I'm right here. I'm right
Yeah.
here. I'm right here. If you don't show up and do everything right, you're gone because I'm right
Are they
here.
going
Right.
to offer it to everybody, or are they going to be selective and make sure that they give it to people who are just going to, get along, go along to get along, and all that?
Probably.
You
Yeah,
know,
I think that's the
But I
answer
mean,
they want.
like would
So
my social credit score deny me getting that? Based on
yeah,
what I've said on YouTube, and
right, right. Oh yeah,
yeah, so
oh yeah. I
you're
got another
out.
warning today.
because they love
Like
me
what you
so much here.
Yeah, me too. I get
like,
that.
oh, and when I go on TikTok, I'm bombarded with the negative. You know what I mean? Now I set it up like that for myself, but that's because I want to know that things are going on, and I
Yeah.
want to know that people are talking about all of it and getting it out there because I calm down when I see the actual truth being presented, and
Hmm.
and then now when I see people able to because of what was going on 3 years ago and the absolute chokehold upon the truth, if not in Twitter especially. So now when I'm on X or whatever, I like to see everything being spoken about, and you know what I mean. And so I go ahead and do it too. You know what I mean? I get in there, but I notice if I'm on there more than a couple hours, I really have to pull myself away so I can recall everything's not negative. It is if you want, you know what I mean. But I mean, war is
Yeah.
over if you want it. You know what I mean? Like for myself and in myself.
Yeah,
And that's what I want
that's
to be.
interesting. I've never seen a bombard. What are you getting bombarded with negativity from? Like what for? I don't understand. Because everybody's so nice here, right? So it's weird that on TikTok or these other platforms, I've heard the same thing from the young
Oh,
people
three
at
years
work
ago,
too.
just when they wouldn't
That it's
allow
just like it's like
us
a
to say, or
mosh
on
pit,
YouTube when they wouldn't
Like,
allow us to say COVID or anything like that. You know what I mean? Or even give an opinion about it if you're not even
yeah,
like talking medically. I mean, like you get like they wouldn't even allow the conversation without
yeah.
bleep or giving you the warning thing. And I felt that was even if I wanted to report what the health minister said on the stand in open court in Canada in 2021. You know what I mean? Just to report what she said on the stand, that there was no active there was no active thing, and she said it on the stand. And a
Mm.
judge said to Patrick King, ask her on the stand and ask her, is there any reason why I should have to pay? Why medically why I should have to pay a fine for this? And she said no, because it's never been detected medically
Mm.
by any staff anywhere.
We don't have the option here in Canada not to pay our taxes. It's taken right off of your check by any
Yeah, they
company you work
figured that.
for.
Yeah, that's how it
The
works. Same way judo
the only
still.
way to get by that is to start your own company or work for yourself. That's a
Right,
way
right,
around
man.
it.
Yeah,
But for 99% of the rest of the population, which will pay their taxes, will be so insignificant, it wouldn't make a difference.
yeah, yeah. Like I'm owed thousands of dollars right now for taxes. I could collect it. It's just
Yeah,
while it's still there, I almost feel like, well, I've got that there. You know what I mean? As a buffer, right? And like,
yeah,
And so it does make somebody feel a little bit more whatever, right? Knowing that I've got like, $2,500 sitting down somewhere, and that I haven't messed up, you know what I mean? Because it's still sitting there waiting for me. It's just 4 years of taxes, right? Yeah, the last 4 years of taxes.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to file your taxes in Canada if you don't owe any money. If they owe you money, they don't
That's
care.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've waited 4 years so that I should have got it done. Oh, but during the Ovid thing or whatever, when I tried to go into my person to get it done, the one person, the staff thing started yelling at me, you got to put on a thing or whatever. And there's no exemptions. Like, meaning if your doctor said you don't have to because of, you know what I mean? Because the boys soccer team came down from Chatham and blah, blah. It's like, oh my God, not only were they going to deny somebody when they're like, oh, I've got exemptions, you know what I mean? But they already came
Yeah.
prepared things to say to people and all that, even though it's not even a thing. And you know what I mean? Like, so I
Yeah,
was
that's right.
just like, this is really disheartening. You know what I mean? How not only, you know what I mean? Are you guys going like along with this thing like Nazis? But on top of that, you're even ready to jump down. And here's why there's not even, you can't even, not, even though, look at the things here. Oh, here, this is going to prevent it. Oh, this thing over here. It's, that's not even true.
Yeah.
And you're acting like this. You know what I mean?
Natural
Because it's
law
small.
would be good.
They were local friends. And I was like, why are you even allowing this to go down? Like, you're a supposed truth person. And I was really offended by it. So I took my business elsewhere. And I just haven't done it now for 4 years.
Yeah, if they're talking about natural law here, even if we just brought back the golden rule, do unto others,
Yes.
That would really make a huge improvement.
Yeah. I wasn't willing to compromise. Yeah.
This part of the technology that we talk about now really pisses me off because they know where every human being on the planet is at this moment. So why are there missing children?
Yes.
Tell me why.
They did
the Internet of Things. They did it. So they're tracking and tracing everything in real time right now. Why are there missing children? Why are there drugs getting across the border?
Oh, I'm sure they'll state if you
why are there people? They can tell if somebody's using a gun. So why are there people getting shot?
Drugs across the border. Well, the Clintons are still alive.
That's true. Yeah, they still got their little airport there.
So it's going to be running until that dynasty goes somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, and don't forget they got their daughter into politics too now too.
Yeah, right. Politics. That's a nice way of putting it. In the family, she got a piece of the action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gonna be
it's a drug mafia.
Yeah, right there.
It's a drug mafia from the British Empire. They made their money off of opium. The Queen.
Oh yeah.
They got rich off of the opium trade.
Yeah. They named their daughter the Chelsea after the Chelsea Hotel.
Oh,
famous for you know what I mean. A bit of H going on. You know what I mean. A little bit of C, a little bit of H. You know what I mean. You got to have a chaser, right? But yeah, that's what goes on in the Chelsea, a famous dope hotel for famous people. And that's why it was famous, and that's why they named their daughter the Chelsea. I mean, I guess there's a famous song that she wrote about it, Chelsea Morning or whatever, but Joan, right? Joan Collins. Yeah.
Someone from my former church is wearing 2 masks. Oh my God. That's funny.
It is interesting when you still see one or two of them around. It's like, well, that was in the old days. Come on. Wearing.
Remember harpsichords?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Family bands and banjos. Getting together with the neighbors just to play an instrument, and they bring theirs. Because of course
never had that. But
okay. My parents did it with their friends. You know what I mean? Like back in the folk days, right? Like 65, 60, 64, 66.
I grew up in the suburbs, 1980s suburbs, 70s, 80s suburbs. So, we were pretty segregated. Hello, the ocean. Let me pop you up here.
I'm glad I had bands when I was growing up. You know what I mean? That's one thing. You know, I had that experience because I played music, right? So I was in bands. I played rock and roll. You know, I'd be playing
Yeah.
at
Ellen
the
was
party
in the
on Friday
back
night.
room right.
Yeah, what else would they want, right? It monitors your breathing, your heart
Oh
rate.
yeah,
Oh yeah. Where all they do, they just send out a little bunch pulses.
they'll know when you got to take a piss because your heart rate will increase, just like the
Yeah,
runners when
I
they
think
boost, right?
I think they
They'll know
actually
when after
trigger that on
boosting.
purpose. When you're asleep at night, I think they actually trigger that on purpose to get people up and disturb their sleep. Since I started using metal blankets, metal sheets, and grounding at night, I don't get up and go to the bathroom at all. So I think there's something they're actually disturbing sleep with that. I think that's being put out there.
I know there's.
Okay, I think I got that worked out. Okay. Hi.
I do. Just a little
Uh,
extra stress to put in your life, right? That you have to get up in the middle of the night to go pee.
oh yeah.
You
Well,
know, you don't get a solid 8 hours sleep. Like I said, they're the Fabians, right? They're gonna go slow at you, slow soft
right.
kills.
They
Just
want to roast you slowly.
one little
Get
extra
the
thing to tweak.
maximum
You can get up in the
maximum
middle of the night and go
annoyance.
pee. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
John.
You know what? I'm doing my back room right now, and it's kind of a disaster for inspections that they kind of just, hey, by the way, and it's like, we're going to come into your house. And I had just got the whole place pulled out to try and sort through my packing boxes from 3 years ago. I have never unpacked entirely. So I'm like, y'all, it's like there are crazy people out there that are still afraid of the C word, even though, and I told this guy from my church, and he's like, double masked. I'm like, dude, why are you double masked? And he's like, I said, somebody's sick. And he goes, it's still out there. Like it's going to jump on him in the supermarket, right? At any
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
And
I see
I'm
a
there,
few old people in
you
the
got a
park.
98 to 99% chance that you're going to be just fine, right? Afterwards. And he goes, oh, yeah, but there's that little chance there. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Because if a doctor told you
Larger
that
chance
you
he's gonna
had
get hit by a car.
a 99% chance of survival, you would be fine. It's like if it was an operation or something. Anyway,
Larger
stupid people.
getting in a car accident or being hit by a car or walking down the street.
Oh my gosh. It's unbelievable how stupid people are. It's like, you know what? Being in the double mask has deprived your brain of enough oxygen that you cannot figure it out.
Possibility. How many months has he been doing this? Years.
That's funny.
Right. How long have people been doing this? Now they can't figure out anything because they've deprived themselves of oxygen for long enough that their brain has just said, that's it, I'm out.
Imagine getting 15 to 30% less oxygen every minute of every single waking hour of your day.
That's like some kind of torture. That's a torture scenario. That's some kind of kink scenario right there, isn't it?
Oh, I could see many people pleasuring themselves to people in masks.
Oh my God, that's so it's scary.
There's an industry based on it.
Yeah.
BDSM.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
Max isn't
absolutely.
fast, but online I go by the name now.
That is a particularly dangerous kink, though, because
Suffocation.
you can really hurt yourself. Some of these things that people do to themselves. I was always shocked. No, I wasn't shocked after a while. It seemed like I was in this one chat where I swear it had the kinkiest people coming in, right? And they always wanted to share their obsession with you. And I would be there like, oh, you do this for fun? I would be wanting to string somebody up by their balls if they did that. Oh, that sounds like fun too.
This is a family show.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, That's
No,
enough of that.
they want to be hurt.
Okay.
They want to be hurt. They want to wear that
The
mask.
company was
They
founded
want to be
directly
hurt.
under
They want to be bound.
the
They want to have
midpoint
that
of the
feeling of
eclipse.
not being in control,
Hi, Squirrel
because it
Sniper.
allows them
Tell me.
to blossom.
Yeah, somehow. And a lot of it has to do with endorphin. They're endorphin junkies.
Yeah, like
Was it
it
Um,
makes X-Men special powers come out.
mhm.
They
So,
need it.
Which company was founded under the midpoint of the eclipse?
Exxon.
So I guess that's the first one that happened.
Exxon.
So where the X is happening, what was it?
Oh my
Microsoft?
gosh, and they got the double X.
No, hold on. He hasn't said. I don't know if that's right.
I was just
Well,
being.
if it is right, it would be pretty weird.
So which company is it? Tell us. We're waiting for a response from Squirrel Sniper.
Squirrel Sniper.
Got to be oil.
Think it's oil?
Yeah, I think it's got to be an oil.
The midpoint of the shadow X. Okay, yeah. Which one? What company?
Look, you've all got us in suspense.
Trojan? Yeah. Trojan condoms. It's linked to the isometric time between 2017 and 2024. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Pfizer.
Oh, we should have. We should have guessed Pfizer. We should have guessed.
Merrick.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a
Pfizer
good
doesn't even sound like a good name, does it? It's like Pfizer. Like,
Yeah, and none the wiser.
very
Pfizer.
funny.
Wow.
Pfizer.
Did not know
Fizzer.
that, Squirrel Sniper.
Fissure. It's
That's a-
fissure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just some about it, and it's just kind of scary name.
Yeah, something about that pH, eh? pH
Yeah,
is the
the
body,
pH is
body
right.
acidic level, right?
Something's
So
off
they're
balance
acid.
with that pH.
pH, Iser.
Yeah, the pH is off.
Hmm.
Fissure. It's too close to fissure, like it's leaking, like some kind of a pus, some kind of an infection,
Yeah, it's a disease.
kind of
Yeah.
a biohazard.
Just
It's something.
Pfizering all over the place. Wait, stop
Yeah,
Pfizering.
like an open Pfizer. Like, oh no, I've got an open Pfizer. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I apologize. That smell? Yeah, I've got an open
Oh,
Pfizer. Yeah,
get
I
you and your
developed it.
Pfizers
I
out of
developed
here.
it. Yeah, no, it's terminal. It's terminal. Yeah, it's malignant. It's malignant.
Yeah, I've got terminal Pfizer.
Terminal Pfizer.
That's good.
Yeah, flesh-eating Pfizer. Oh my.
The thing about terminal Pfizer is
Oh,
much too close
Okay.
to the truth.
Oh man.
Omen?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh
Yeah,
man.
oh man.
It's an omen.
He called himself the Son of God, right? So that means that man, which is plural, so let us make man in our image. Man is God. So that's my newest thing. Mankind. So the
Pfizer
eternal spirit of
established
mankind, so
in
the light that is the light of men, the light
1945.
that's in us, that's an eternal spirit of life. And that's mankind.
Oh, sweet
Which is
mystery
women
of
and
life.
men. Women and
Did
men.
they
So it's
start a
plural.
Pfizer plant there? So was it
So
a
the
Pfizer
spirit of
plant?
mankind is God.
Industries, the buildings, they call them plants. Isn't there something very ironic about that?
Yes.
Yes, they call them
Living
plants.
plan.
That's odd.
Yeah. Somebody else's
you know,
program. Their living
It-
plan. They're
it's a
tripids.
plant. And they
They're
call these
tripids.
corporations corporate
Oh,
entities.
okay.
Yes. Corporate entity. Giant.
They are
Giants.
entities.
Like in the day. Like in the day, they were making contracts for women and their children, so that they could do all sorts of experiments with them. And
These
now there's
corporate entities,
Pfizer
yeah.
and Merrick and the giants. And they're all
Gee.
these. And once
Yeah,
again,
I
they
think
are
they use
raping
the
the earth.
I think they use the plant because they're planting it in your head that you need this product. It's a
Oh,
plant.
there you go. Okay.
Yeah. Planet
Well, that
Hollywood.
makes sense now.
Deep
We're going to
inside
plant this
my
here so we can
Planting their
control you
flag.
some more.
Planting the flag.
Okay.
Planet Hollywood. You want to be there.
You want to be the Schatzi?
You want to be there, Fräulein.
Oh,
Truly.
yeah.
All the good
We would make you enjoy it, too.
All right. Have a good night.
they will want to see you, Fräulein.
Yeah,
You
plant
will
has so
want to
many
disappoint
meanings.
Oh,
Jessica.
we got that too figured out.
Nein.
Oi.
Ich bin ein Hasselhoff. He betrayed me. Oh,
Dr.
but he is
Hasselhoff is the
Hasselhoff.
one
I
who
cannot.
proved
No.
Dr. Hasselhoff is actually a real guy, not the actor, not related, but he's the one who proved that crop circles are real.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, scientifically, peer reviewed and all that. Mm-hmm.
He
Hasselhoff.
formed after the wall fell. He
What?
was huge at the time. Oh yeah, 89, right? Like 88, 89. And
Gravity?
when the wall fell, man, he was the first one to sing after it came down ceremonially. Hasselhoff sang.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
that's true.
It
yes.
was the proudest moment, and
I
that's why
forgot
my
about
friends are
that.
David
Yeah,
Hasselhoff.
that is right. Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah,
I remember
I forgot
that.
all
I am
about
more
that. That's
married
pretty
to
cool.
Ram. Random
Nothing's a
access memory.
coincidence, eh?
So winky
No, well,
dinky.
okay, my brain, Max, has been activating
All these
and
coinky
finding many
dinkies.
trivial facts with quite ease.
Yeah.
It's quite an arbitrary skill. I seem to be able to recall, you know what I'm saying, though, you know what I mean, like individual facts of media poignance, if you will, with ease, as if like when my brain hears it, it automatically goes right to it, but it doesn't make any stops anywhere else. It goes just right to it. It tells me, blah, 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 like the note that's beside it, right? Like that's this and this, like programmed in. Weird. That's also because I'm taking the programming in directly for some, like, no, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like things that's like, well, we want you to know that. We want everyone to know these little bits of media and things like that, right? That's what I mean. It's a trivial fact of Hollywood or you know.
Yeah, they always like to put messages in their stuff and use symbolism, and you know that becomes quite apparent after a while.
Yeah.
You know?
So I think, you know,
You
it's
see
just
a similar name, you see a similar symbol, you know. They do put it in everything.
Like,
so I wonder, it'd be interesting to decode. I like the decodes they do on all the movies.
Decode.
I do too, man, Max. I love a good
decode.
I love them. I do my own. I did my own first. I have all these movies here. I'll show you. Like, I mean, like, okay, you can see them. Okay, on the shelf there, right? I mean, like, I've got a bunch underneath there. I've got a box over there that's full, and I've got another closet with a couple thousand in it.
Yeah, it's especially good for me because I don't watch them at all. So,
like, I used to watch the VHS movies in order to watch them for old school truths. And I wanted to make sure that I wasn't watching the updated DVD copies or anything. I wanted to be watching the copies from, you know what I mean, like the 90s and the 80s. And I did. I watched them all. You know, I reindated myself, and I listened to the songs from the 80s and stuff. But like just about 10 years ago.
You gotta watch dating yourself because you're very closely related to you. Never mind. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't watch the movies, so I wait for the decodes. I'll watch them to see what kind of programming they're trying to put out.
Decodes, yeah.
I decode them as I go. Like when I remember watching Lawrence of Arabia, all of a sudden the guy was saying to Lawrence, my great grandfather at the bazaar, it went and he had electric lights hooked up. He had lights for over a mile going one way to the other. And I was like, whoa, man.
Oh, yeah.
And that was in 1200.
They had light. They still got a light bulb that's been on for 150 years. The
Yeah.
only reason light bulbs expire is because they want them to.
Yeah.
They can
They
make
got a
light bulbs
monopoly
that
on
don't
that.
expire.
They've got a monopoly on that.
Mhm.
Yeah, by making the
So,
wire out of the material that's not
Yeah,
going to out.
I do appreciate
Exactly.
people that do watch the movies like you, but and I was going to say that the kids are not buying
Diversity.
what's going on. The
no,
Yeah.
they're not picking up what they're being
they've
laying down these
there's
days.
a few remnants in the colleges, but most of them have gone pretty based, and they're getting the idea of the brainwashing. Yeah, right,
Well,
Mitch.
here in
Yeah,
the States, we're really tired of people being whiny babies all the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
We're
I
tired of the whiny babies.
I also heard a thought that the newer generation is going to get away from all of that entertainment media that we grew up on, that they are going to be the entertainment. Like YouTube is
mhm,
channels like this, platforms like this are what they're really
Mhm.
going to gravitate. They are on. They don't need
yeah,
to have somebody else be
Well,
on.
we're the
So
media
Yeah.
too. We're
Yeah.
the news.
yeah,
We're
that's
the
right. We're
We're
news.
the
everything, everything.
alive.
Our
and they like
news,
the
our
long
entertainment,
form
We're
everything.
the entertainment. We're the
Beautifully
news.
shown.
We're everything.
Yeah. They
Yes,
like
No
the
yeah.
long
doubt.
form.
Let
They
them
like the
grow
What the
interactive.
together.
hell do we need TV for?
There's something
The
beautiful.
yes, the
People.
era of MGM Grand is
Don't need them.
waning
It's
Yeah,
gone.
fast. It's
Bye.
done.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I say I try to turn
There's
something
nothing
on
you
and
want
it's
to
like,
see.
this is ridiculous. This is just the same old
Yeah, it's
new
just about
face,
Movie
them.
costs
same,
at least
yeah, and then
200 million
yes,
to
and
make.
then it has all that crap in between.
Yeah, and they're trying to subliminally propagate guys to you to make you into a Satanist or a child molester or
Yeah, trying to
whatever.
get you
You
to
know?
car boobies off,
Yeah, you know.
Oh,
or vice
unbelievable.
versa.
Or
This,
your other things.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful
Yeah.
moon tonight. That's going to be awesome.
oh, really? What is the
Hasn't it
moon?
been
Hold
though?
on, hold on. You
Hasn't it
got me
been?
curious.
And we're going to have a full moon on. I think is it tonight or Monday?
Up.
I'm going to the
Yeah,
planet
it was damn
channel.
close last night.
Let's
I looked.
see
It's
here.
right
I always
straight
try to get
outside the window.
we
It
try to get
rises.
pictures of it, but it never shows up like it looks.
Right. I know. Right from there, Max. It's always right there outside and
Yeah,
rises. You know, right
yeah.
there,
I
and
can
then it
point to where it
rises
is. Yeah,
every night.
right there. Just right
I've
there.
gotten some really good pictures of the moon, much to my surprise.
Yeah. I had one a camera for a while that got really good pictures, but it broke.
Here I have it. Tomorrow night, March 25th at 3 a.m. So that's, oh, it's okay. Tonight, tomorrow. Okay. It's called the worm moon.
Hmm.
Ooh,
Oh,
how interesting.
I mean, it is spring, right? This is an early spring moon. Is this the first moon of spring?
I
What kind
believe
of
so.
worm?
Yeah.
What kind
Full
of worm?
moon. Yes.
Yeah, it is actually. It is the
Doesn't
first
say
moon.
that. Just says worm. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, probably when the worms come out of hibernation.
Yeah, they're
It's like
coming out.
Scotty
Yeah,
and
they have
Mitch
actually
are
been here.
Yeah. Hope you see
now-
some. We haven't seen very many.
Okay, and
Used
here's
to be, after a rain, they'd be all over the sidewalk. You'd be squishing them right and left. And
yes, that
now
happens
I
here.
don't hardly see them.
Yeah, we get that with the June bugs.
Oh, yeah. Over there on the East Coast, you guys have those
Yes, we do.
flying bugs.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
we do. We
They're
got them, or
crazy.
mayflies, if you want to call them that. But you know, the
Yeah.
fish love them. We got the water right along there. We got the
Oh,
river
yeah.
right along there.
People
Right
are
beside
scared to hell out. Some people are scared of them, but they can't bite you.
They don't hurt you and they can't bite
Oh.
you.
No, but
they
they're
just fly up
icky.
and
They're
land
just
on you.
icky.
Yeah,
No,
they
I
are.
walk through those little
Their
flying
claws
They
swarms.
make
actually
that sound
kind
when you step on them, crunch,
What, the
crunch,
great
crunch.
big June bugs?
of yeah,
Yeah, the
their
June
claws
bugs.
kind of dig into you a bit when they land on
Well,
your
they're
skin.
kind of slippery,
Yeah,
though, if you step on them like marbles or something.
Oh yeah,
A
yeah,
cockroach.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cockroach on steroids because they're about 5
They're
times
hard.
bigger than a cockroach. They're just
Yeah.
much more meat in them.
Yep.
Very juicy.
Well, there
Yeah,
you go.
beetles.
There's dinner,
Beetlejuice.
folks.
Beetlejuice.
There you go. It's
Yeah, you
TV
could
dinner.
probably devein and shell those ones. They're big enough.
Heck yeah. There you go.
Oh, throw them in your salad. You'll never
That's the
know.
problem with crickets is you can't pull out the digestive system and deshell them. You can eat
Yeah.
shellfish, okay, because you can pull out the digestive system and pull it out of the shell. But they're trying to
Yeah.
feed you the shell and the digestive system. And
And crickets smell when they're alive. They're
yeah, I
smelly.
can't imagine what the
They
smell is
are.
like
When you cook them,
downstream
it goes away. But
a cricket plant.
It goes away when you cook them. You know this?
yes, I used to
Really?
have lizards, geckos, and I would
Oh.
serve them both raw and dehydrated. Let's put it that
Oh,
way.
yeah.
Whatever they
Yeah.
did to them. Yeah.
Damn.
It just
Oy.
smells like probably what you have in your cereal. when
And all
they're-
the asthma downstream from a cricket plant, from all the
all that stuff.
yeah,
yeah.
all the
Ugh.
feces,
Oh yeah.
because that'll be blowing in the wind.
The answer, my friend,
Yeah,
Is blowing in the
it's blowing in the wind.
well,
yeah.
and
So now apparently with that, what they couldn't feed it to us, they put it in the stores as cricket meal in packages. So now they're going to put it in your breading, in your coatings.
That's what,
Right.
yeah,
And
they're
the
gonna.
breadings
Yep.
and coatings.
A
Yep.
certain amount of bugs are allowed.
Extra crunchy.
Yeah. Well, now it's a food product, so
Carapace.
yeah.
it's
convenient.
apparently the new abbreviation is CRK. So that'll yeah.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
keep changing it
CRP.
that way you won't catch up to it. You won't know what it is. right?
CRAP.
Yeah.
So always read the labels.
CRK-zoid.
Especially
There you
you
go.
guys in the States, you guys are being attacked way worse than almost any country on the planet.
Oh, God.
So,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
no
It's
kidding.
horrible.
I am suffering, Max, with, I have made a lot of changes and feel a ton better, but my word, it's
I
in
can't imagine what you
everything.
guys have available to eat. Like there's virtually nothing but raw foods.
Oh, it's
And
terrible. You know what it is?
even there, they've
The
pumped so
only
much shit into them.
No matter what you get in the United States, it will have too much salt, too much sugar, and too much GMO wheat.
unless
Yep.
you make it
Yep.
yourself.
Yes, I'm
Corn
down to
syrup
that. I'm
and
back to
Which I
basics.
oil
have.
and-
I'm
Yeah.
there already.
yeah, it's all
The
corn
only
syrup
thing I
and
don't
seed
make
oil.
is I have found a couple good brands of bread that are like stone milled wheat. And I was talking about this on my stream. If it's stone milled, it's okay. As long as it isn't GMO too, you will have a lot less gluten. But my friend Paul told me, they have upped the ante on wheat. This is what we mean by weaponized wheat. 500 times more gluten than it ever had.
I'm telling you,
And
they
natural.
did something. Yeah, I am
I
suffering
heard a
from that.
report that all wheat in Canada now is GMO. So I bought wheat. I bought flour about 3 years ago,
Wow.
a
man.
large amount of it. So I've still
Yeah.
got that.
Good.
Now,
But
down
everybody
here-
else is going to be eating GMO.
Yeah, down here
It's
you can hopefully, knock on wood. I used to be able to find small farms up there in Oregon that would sell, definitely organic flour, chickpeas, whatever you want. But it was
Yeah,
grown on
I'm
a
so
farm, and it
thankful
didn't. Yeah, but they're
to be in farm
probably.
country.
It was
We gotta
nice up there. I
understand
missed that part of it. Yeah, the Northwest has some great farm food.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
Amish down the road, so we don't have some of the crap that some people have
Yeah.
to deal with. I
Here,
mean, we're not
though-
in the food forest, thank goodness.
Now that I'm down here in Arizona, I look for
I mean,
Mexico food.
desert.
It is the best. I'm telling you. I just got some
Yum.
blackberries. I haven't had blackberries like
What,
this
Mexican?
forever. Yes, Mexico.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
cold months, we get all our stuff from down there, and it's wonderful. But when it says it comes from California or Missouri or whatever, I go, oh, because it's not going to be as good. It just isn't.
No.
They've
No.
ruined I can't believe these people have done this. Shame on them.
Yeah, they've ruined
So,
everything.
blame seeds in Mexico for lots of stuff.
Yeah, everything's much real. It's
Now,
real.
does anybody
Yeah.
know if this is real, that they're going to start injecting, that they have started to inject the cattle just before they kill them with the C word
I don't know.
shot?
Oh
Maybe.
wow.
I have no idea, but would I be surprised? No.
They put growth
Yeah,
hormones
not
and
at all.
antibiotics in them.
Not at
sure.
all.
Mhm.
Down in the States. You're not allowed to do that in
I
Canada.
wouldn't be surprised, but I'm not sure. I don't have like a definite on that, like any proof. But
I
that's
think
the latest thing
there,
going around is
I
that
heard
they're doing
reports
that.
that they were forcing that on farmers almost 2 years ago. They were doing that. So I'm
Mm.
Yeah,
sure it's
there's
being
one
done.
state that backed off on the antibiotics. If you don't have to give your cattle that, please don't. But
Yeah,
if you
right.
do, you have to segregate them and mark them as given
Correct.
it and
Uh,
sell the meat differently now. In
That's
two
right.
states, I think. One just
that's way
passed and the
more
other one
money.
was doing it.
It's
I
so
think one's
state to state,
Texas.
but yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
state
important.
to
Yeah,
state. We got to get back to the states, people.
yeah,
To
Well,
heck
yeah.
with
that's
this
what we got to
united part.
do.
It's not
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I thought the other day about what about moving to
And
Texas?
provinces up there, Canada. I'm going to throw that T
And
too.
yeah, like would they understand? And I think they would. You know what I mean? Like considering I'd be an illegal, so I'd be welcome. I'd be able to walk right in. If I had any problems, I'm sure I'd be given money and you know what I mean, whatever I need. I imagine the fact that I even have a criminal record, that's not going to be a problem at all because I'm not going to be walking in illegally. I'll be walking in illegally, right? Right into Texas.
I
Yes, no,
wish I
no.
could. I wish I could go across to Michigan illegally, but they'll send me back.
I know, Max. I know I will too because I am white.
Yeah.
I am a
Yeah.
state, and it'll just be
Yeah.
like,
Oh
no,
yeah,
sir.
you're the two
Well,
category.
put on
You're
a little
too
bit of
normal.
skin and
I could
pretend.
pretend I don't speak English, but I think
See,
they
Scan you
probably
and then
know
they'd
Let's
know it was
who
you.
I am
speak with
anyway.
a Venezuelan
Yeah.
accent or something.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, they already know who you are anyway, so I can tell by your heartbeat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. They scan you. They knew it was you. Go on, John. Bye.
Right.
We got you.
Oh
But
my
yes, I
God.
do. I think we should go because I think who governs least governs best.
Yes.
And there wouldn't be a
Of course.
border problem because
Well, we could all move to Florida, I guess.
Your people have the least to complain about. Well, why are you complaining about government? Well, I don't got much of it to complain about. So, you know, if anything really goes on, it kind of
Right.
runs
Well,
it.
that's what I mean by the whiny people. It's like, hey, I can't think of anything to be butthurt about. I know. I'll come up with some pronouns.
Mm.
It's a great
Oh,
idea.
Tyson's going to grow their own lab meat. That sounds delicious.
Oh, like family.
yeah,
They're
Tyson.
feeding.
Oh,
Yeah,
yum. Hey, won't touch it.
no,
Oh,
none of these
yum.
fake meats have ever taken off. So why do they? They just keep cramming it down our throats or trying
It's
to.
like, no,
You know,
no to that too, and no to that as well, and
they'll just slip it in
no,
somewhere else. It's
and
ridiculous.
no. Well, just like a really obnoxious guy, right? He'll just slip it in anyway,
Yeah,
with or
see,
without your
there's many
permission.
fast food restaurants, so they'll just put it in McDonald's or as a
Yeah.
substitute, just an additive.
Yeah, that's
You know?
called rape.
Better to
Or
apologize.
sorry, I shouldn't
Claim
say
it.
that.
Oh, I
This
didn't know
was
I was
grape.
doing
I
that.
said grape, right? Grapes. Grapes are okay.
Oh, did I?
There's a load
My
of crap.
bad.
I accidentally poisoned a whole bunch of people. Doggone. Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, my
Yes,
bad.
Yes, Scotty,
And
that
they
is so
always
true.
do
It's
that.
like, why are we getting all these foods when I was a child had an expiration date? You would clearly see it's starting to go bad. But bread never molds anymore, and milk. It doesn't, I mean, I'm sure if you sat outside on the thing
Bread
for a
never
month,
molds anymore.
I'm waiting to
thank
see how
you.
long.
It's so
That song,
true.
yeah, but why does the
Ever
bread
since I
never
learned
mold? Oh gosh. That sounds
Moral humor.
like a takeoff song. I could maybe write at some point. It's kind of like
Yeah, right. The immortal tumor cell. That's disgusting.
Turn into
You know.
penicillin.
ooh.
That's what they make the meat out of.
Oh,
It's a
great.
It's tumor meat.
Ergo. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, they make it what out of it? What they make what the fake meat?
Yeah, it's tumor meat.
Oh my
Stuff
god.
the grown stuff. What they're gonna grow.
Yeah, because tumors grow. They have that cell in them.
Yeah, they have a cell
Yeah.
line that they've been carrying on since the 70s from some lady they gave super
Let's
cancer
all
to.
eat tumor meat.
Yeah, you could make a song about that one.
Yeah, some steaks, tumor meat steak. Oh, yum.
How
Yummy.
about just my tumor?
My tumor.
Tumor meat.
I
It's got
will
to be
never
tumor meat. Come on, tumor meat. It's got to be tumor meat.
Tumor
Oh,
meat.
just two
eat
tumor
my
meat.
tumor pie.
Tumor meat, baby.
Got to
Eat my
find one
tumor
that'll fit with tumor
meat.
meat.
Tumor meat to the beat. To
Yeah,
the,
that's
oh,
right.
yeah,
Did
yeah.
some broadcasting. It was Harriet something or other.
Them
Harry,
big
it wasn't Harriet Tubman, that's for sure.
tickle these pigs'
Yeah, there's a
feet.
young boy that they
Tumor
got.
meat.
There's two lines.
Immortal
That's
tumor
right.
meat.
There's a young man that a young boy that they
That
got a
was
line
a
out of as
great. That
well.
was a great band. I was at that concert, man. The Immortal Tumors. Wow, that was a concert, man.
Yeah,
That was.
there you go.
I'm,
Immortal Tumor Meat. That's a good
I'm
band name.
kidding. Immortal Tumor Meat is a great band name. There you go. You're welcome for all of those who are for a
Yeah, we'll
great
see
band
that.
name.
That'll come up like Toad the Wet
The
Sprocket
festering
came up. Eh?
visors.
Yeah, Toad the Wet
that
Sprocket.
was a
Immortal
good band
Tumor
name. It
Meat.
really was. It really was.
You know, I was going to do that. I was going to make a list. I did make a list, in fact, one time. I just never published it of all of the good band names I thought, that I've come across that would make good band names and brand names,
Yeah.
maybe even in some things.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
Nick.
I've had a
Yeah.
few. I've had a few.
Hold on there.
Well,
Hold
it'd
on
be
there,
like,
Nick.
I haven't heard of the Hinky. The Hinky or Wonkies. I think the Wonkies could be as popular as the Monkeys.
The Wonkies.
You know.
That would be a good tribute band name.
Yeah, the
Hey,
Wonkies.
hey, with the
Mitch.
Wonkies. We're
Yeah.
just wonking around.
Yeah, or the Hinkies,
Hello.
Hey, we're the Hinkies.
Hey,
Welcome to the panel, Mitch.
hello.
I mean, it'd be kind of like a baby.
Hold on a minute, D. We got it. We got it. We got
sorry.
it. We get it.
Transies.
I don't know how far you're going before you want to stop on what you're speaking about, because last time you were shutting off on the COVID stuff.
Yeah, I'll shut it right down. You mentioned any medications.
Gotcha. Okay, I ran across a lady that have been doing research since the 90s, and she's got paperwork and documentary on all the stuff that we're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
I'll clear up my community area, my community section of my channel. I'll clean everything out and push just that one video. But she went all the way back to the 90s, and it's pretty gnarly. Has to do with frequencies, the nanotech, everything.
Yeah. Do you have some links you can put in chat for us?
You know what? I'm in the middle of cooking and stuff like that. Give me
Okay,
just a
let me
second.
see
But
if,
this stuff's important. This stuff's
yeah.
important. I'll let bare minimum make sure it gets into my community area on my channel.
Yeah, I do talk a lot about the nanotech. That's a place I can go as long as it doesn't relate to medications. We talk about chemtrails and stuff in the food.
Yeah, it's listen. She pulled up the government documentation on it. Everything. It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, how they're spreading it and stuff, and how they're getting it out to us.
It's in the air. Everything.
Yeah, yep,
it's pretty
absolutely.
gnarly. I'll make sure to try to get it in the chat or something like that.
Yeah, we can talk about that. I just have the limitation of medications. That's all. Anything else I can talk about.
Gotcha. I understand.
Grundy.
Yeah. Amish. Yeah, Amish would be. I'd like to get to an Amish. We have some Mennonites, but they're up in. I think they're up by Barrie, so I'm not in that area. They're quite a ways away.
Right.
But I do get farm fresh eggs, some stuff local. We have a small store here that buys from local grocers.
Right on.
It's not the best stuff. Like, it's not all going to be GMO and pesticide free, but it's better than what you get at the average store. The shelf preservative in cheese. Yeah, they're going to start spraying silver nitrate on things. That's not good for you. Silver is good for you, but silver nitrate is not. It acts as a preservative.
Mhm.
It's terrible. So yeah, they can spray. They spray that. They can spray that from the skies too. That's pretty easy
Right,
for them
yeah.
to do.
And pickle your
Get it.
insides
Yep.
slowly,
Yeah.
mercifully.
So you hope you're getting something good, but they're still spraying the skies, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. It's going to be expensive, painful death. Hopefully not.
Must have said something good.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh wow, I'm happy.
Off their own farms.
Oh yeah, but today's been wonderful. Like what I'm saying, right? Like no matter what's been going on, today has been beautiful in Canada, right, Max?
Oh yeah, it's actually
Yeah.
sunny.
Okay.
There's very
Okay.
few
I'm
stratospheric aerosol injections.
Yeah.
There's only
like
a wisp
like
of
I
them.
am.
I am not
Yeah.
afraid of the eclipses. I've been through the other two, so
Well, it's not
I
the
like
eclipse itself.
eclipses.
The eclipse energy is probably neutral. You could use it for good or bad.
Yes.
The problem
absolutely.
comes when people start taking actions, right, with false flags and incitements and
Exactly.
experimentation.
Yeah, well, it's all in the way you
That's
use it.
I've always drawn power from them and energy, and I've always known that it was available to use when they were coming.
Yep. So be
Sometimes I just let
positive
them
during
go.
this
Sometimes I would do
this
my work
eclipse.
things, but it is what it is.
I think I'm going to
I-
go back to writing spoof songs, to writing like Weird Al type songs.
Yeah.
There's just so much to write about now. It's the only way to say it without getting censored. You
Mhm.
can say it in a song. You can say all kinds of stuff. You can even say the
Yep.
N word in a
Yep.
song without
Yep.
getting censored. You can say anything.
Exactly.
So I think that may
Yeah.
be the only way.
Picking
So-
hard form. Yep.
Yeah, I worked
absolutely.
in a cheese factory. Do not eat shredded cheese. Do not do it. They put so many things in it.
Oh
Yeah, the
yeah.
anti-caking agents.
You
Yeah.
can tell, Max. I'm afraid of it in the store. The
Mhm.
sliced cheese. Just looking at it, I'm like, that is not how that is supposed to be sold. It looks like
my
plastic.
wife bought what was supposed to be
You
real
can
cheese,
wash it,
and
you can wash it.
the cheese. I tried a piece of it. It tasted like plastic.
Yeah.
So I think
If
the
you
food
Well-
rip it, sometimes
regulations
it's
have been.
just plastic grate, or like I'm not sure what it is, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's food. I think half of it or 60%. Some
Mhm.
They've laxed the
Well, some of it's
the food
aluminum. Paul
regulations in
found
Canada
out.
for the past
Aluminum.
5 years, so they're allowed to put food substitutes in there as long as it's not
Yes.
toxic.
Yeah, like
So
almost they're allowed to inject a wax into it to like pull
Or
it up or
if it's a
something.
trace. If it's
Yeah.
a trace, they don't even have to mention what it is.
Yeah.
If there's a trace, that's how they end up putting a toxin as a sweetener in the zero drinks. Is because they don't have to mention what it really is, because it's only a trace. But it's
Yeah.
very, very sweet. But it's like dogs
Cheese
licking
would not
antifreeze,
know.
right? It's just like dogs licking antifreeze, love.
Tasty.
Very tasty stuff,
So
and it's also highly toxic.
But
So
my
when you're drinking
5-year-old
zero, you're
called the
drinking
nice
toxin
cheese.
water.
Plastic cheese, nice.
And aluminum, and the really easily melty cheese is because it has aluminum in it.
Okay.
And
so that is
the anti-caking agent can be washed off, though. At least you can wash it off. And what I do is I put it in a colander and rinse off all of my cheese, especially shredded. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
And I hate to say, but that's what we're down to.
That might work, yeah, for shredded
Even
cheese.
beyond the caking agent, they're spraying it with, because it's cut anything. They're spraying it with antibacterial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also put they'll put culture in there too.
Mhm.
The anticoagulant.
Chickens are.
There was about 3 things we put in there.
People
ladies,
think
if
they're
I-
doing
Yeah, shred your own. That's the idea.
right. People
Yeah.
think
Get a
they're
real
doing
piece of
better with
cheese.
chicken. Chicken is bathed in what's called a fecal bath. And in order to combat all of the germs, they put it in Clorox. So you're
Nice.
getting, so those people who aren't soaking and washing their chicken good, y'all are crazy. Okay. Because that's, I've heard that. I've gone to say,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you don't need to wash that soak your chicken. Now you don't need, oh, yeah, you bet. Well, get the Clorox and fecal stuff off of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say, even if it's dead, you still don't want that all over it.
Yeah.
And if you want to try and get the, by the way, and this is a solution, solution. If you want to get the formaldehyde and some of the toxins out of stuff, get some of that powdered milk cheapo if you can, or, get powdered milk and make a solution of that and soak stuff in powdered milk, because milk will soak up a lot of the toxins. Okay. It'll bind to a lot, like formaldehyde.
Mm.
And I used to have to do that because I was so allergic that I couldn't hardly wear clothes, any artificial fibers, because it had formaldehyde in it. So I had to soak all my clothes in powdered milk. So just let you know. That's how bad it was. Now, see, people who are not real sensitive to it, you can put up with it. You can put on some fake thing that's got that stuff in it that can leach out, and you won't notice it if you're healthy enough. But if something's wrong and you're allergic, you develop an allergy, then oh my God, I couldn't hardly wear clothes unless they were cotton or something. And that was really
the
hard.
royals don't wear any unnatural fibers. Have you noticed that? They don't
Yeah.
wear any of the plastics.
Yay.
They don't do any of that.
Yeah, they don't do any of that. It's all got to be natural.
They're real.
Yeah.
Real fabric.
Yeah, and
Powdered
so
milk.
really, what are they trying to foist on us? Well,
there's actually milk you can buy in a Tetra container. It's a box milk. It'll sit on the shelf for 10 years.
Yeah.
It's just heavily pasteurized and then sealed.
I've seen that. I have some somewhere.
Hi, Danny.
I'm saving it.
Yeah, Sab's a good person to have around. Sounds like. Oh, you're chopping.
I am.
No, must be the answer to life, the universe, and everything, because she's chopping up. Can't hear you, D. I don't know if that's true, F Kitty. It might be, because we're using more awareness, I think. What's that you got there?
Oh, I'm chopping up the Sunset sherbet, and I mix with it grape stomper.
Yeah, why did they make pot legal suddenly, eh?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm taking
everywhere. It's becoming legal. It does help a lot of people, but
I mean,
there's all the fake
25,
fake
65
that'll mess you up.
Like, oh yeah, see, that's why I I love going to where I go. You know what I mean? And now I'm just going strictly to this one place on the island, and it's all very, tellable. You know what I mean? Like, it's so perfect, so clean, so exactly just what it's supposed to be. They don't even lie about the percentage of THC, which I really appreciate, because they actually just want to give you the most accurate information as opposed to any boasting. So it's wild going there, and then being told, okay, but this is 25, this is 45, this is 65, and there's the regular stuff, and they go like a whole bunch of different stuff for like 90 to all the way to 120. Except, I mean, that's the absolute fire. I can't afford that stuff. I mean, I should buy I can't bring myself to buy that. Well, there's stuff that's cheaper though.
Yeah.
And it's all decent, right? They had Durban Poison for 25. Right now they had the Alaskan Thunderfuck, for 25. But the thing was, it's so huge, like the buds, like that the jar could only hold an ounce and a half. And we're talking about it like a cookie jar, like, you know, a regular sized cookie jar. It could only hold an ounce and a half. So I got an ounce of it, right?
Yeah.
Till another half ounce would have been $28, even though I just got an ounce for 25. Like, because the price changes, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get the same price for the half ounce. Crazy, eh? But I know the prices are super cheap out there because they don't get taxed like the weed shops. And like, so they can charge like way cheaper prices I've never seen it at any shop anywhere. But
Yeah,
I mean,
we've got $10
$50
ounces up
ounces,
here. It's
I
ridiculous.
guess.
What was it? $50 ounces, I think, is advertised across the street. Something like
Yeah,
that.
like that's,
You know.
and it's a mixed indica or whatever. It's decent, you know what I mean? Like what it's like you can't not give the person the indica, you know, and it would have been whatever that you would have been selling for, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
whatever price the day before, but now it's on sale, you know. And that's the thing, weed that's on sale. It's a trippy thought, right? But I love it, you know. Like Homer in the land of chocolate. Like I'm sitting there like smoking weed. I got my own plants and something. Ooh, marijuana half price. And then, like, even though I've already got like all the weed that I can smoke, right? Like I got the orange, like the other day, right? You know, like I got the Alaskan Thunderfuck, and like I said, that was just 20. Like that was just $25. The Sunshirt, that was 45, right? That looks like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I mean, like your shit always looks like absolute fire, so it's not like, you know what I mean? But like, and then I got the Chernobyl. I imagine you've smoked Chernobyl, you know?
No.
Oh, okay. I got Chernobyl. That's pretty good too. That, okay. You know, the stuff that smells like pines and it smells like pine sol or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, have you ever tried that kind of weed? Like I remember,
Yeah.
that's what kind of weed it is, man. It smells like pine sol it's pretty decent. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, like it has the effect it's supposed to, right? It comes on and then it goes boom, right? I like that, you know. And the Grape Stomper, that was 65. That was the designer one. You know what I mean? It smells good. And
Well, what's the intent behind that? Do you think it's something they're doing that's good for us, or do you think they're using it to kind of dull down the population?
I think it's a
placate
placator.
us?
Yes, I think it's a placator. So just being like, okay, you know, we know that a lot of you guys really love weed. So but we also know a lot of you guys are right on, and a lot of you know what I mean. And you're the heart of the workforce. You know what I mean. And all you guys like weed. But the thing is, if we said to all you guys, hey, you know what, you can grow your weed, you can smoke it. You know, so there you go. Meaning, what else do you want? You know what I mean? We just
and they tax it now, and they got the tax. Right?
Yeah, they got the tax from it, so it's like
so I think that's one of the big ones, right?
So,
because it was all going tax free.
Yeah,
you know, on the street, no taxes.
Think about that. Think about that for a second. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
well,
I know
that's why they want the digital dollar, right? So they can tax every transaction.
Like,
you know,
every transaction, man. Like every transaction they want to do.
Yeah.
Like
track and trace every dollar, everywhere.
I just, it's okay. I think that there's always like, see, that's the thing. I don't want to think they've really got it this time. There's always been a way that something else crops up as currency. You know what I mean? In the face of anything they do, because it's something that's agreed upon. You know, and then the trust of us going, okay, we agree that's worth this value in order to take away the control from them. You know, like I'm just trying to I just don't know what we do when it goes digital.
Yeah, it's the tax, right? Want the digital dollar? They want to tax every transaction.
I take solace in the fact that money isn't real. You know, it doesn't take money anyway. It's more just to give the illusion of choice on our end. You know, the illusion of different companies offering us different products when it's all coming from the same, you know, place. Ultimately, like, you know.
Oh, Never Land. That's where all of this. We're in the trillions now. You can't even wrap your head around how phony that all is. I mean,
Like it's from the future, man. It's from our kids, for real.
Yeah,
It's
right.
from our kids' labor being taxed by right now by the debt. Like,
Well, it's an impossible amount to
it's an
overcome.
impossible amount. It's an impossible number. It's unfathomable.
it's
I
just
can't even
that's what I mean.
comprehend.
Yeah.
It's
When you look at the relation between like $1 billion and $1 trillion, um, like placed out, I looked it up online in cube form. It's like $1
Right?
trillion is just a little tiny cube, or sorry, $1 billion is just a little puny cube next to $1 million that's even punier. And then you've got this giant mass
yeah.
of a cube that's 1,000 times bigger than this little cube. So
That's a
It's
trillion.
unbelievable. That's what
that's
it
a
is
trillion.
unbelievable.
You
Oh,
know,
Oh my
wow.
gosh. Hey Max, thanks for having me up today. This has just been a great conversation. Love it, love it,
thanks for
love it.
coming.
Morgan, thank you. And I was going to say goodbye to Dee, and I'm going to jump off here and feed the dogs.
Yeah.
All right.
That's right. Take care, everyone.
I mean, I know I already mentioned it, but I was going to mention once again the little kitten that my girlfriend rescued, like, you know, probably like a month ago. And he was just like probably like 10 months old. And his tail didn't have any, like, you know, fur on it or anything. And he was all, you know, beaten up from being outside or whatever. He'd obviously, you know, ran away or was.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she took him in, and for like 3 weeks, he'd just hide in the one room, and he'd just come out, like, you know, he'd just eat the food that she set there, right? Then I showed up, and I'd been there for a couple of days, and he started looking around the corner because they'd be singing and stuff like that, you know, acting fun, I guess, and eating food around the place. So until finally, you know, I'd see him peeking around the bed or peeking around the corner, and then all of a sudden one time he came right up to me, and then, you know, and then all of a sudden one time he was brave, he jumped up on the bed, and then a couple days, you know, then a day goes by, and then he's on the bed, like letting us pet him, and he's doing that, you know, and he's just the cutest, most beautiful, you know, little kitten that you know, like I guess he's, you know, a year old now, just about, like, or just a year, you know what I mean? Like if not, he's 12 months. We don't know exactly, you know,
Yeah.
but it's
Oh,
so much of his fur came back with just,
sure.
you know, just in 3 weeks, right? Like his tail completely, you know, full with hair, and like his body, you know what I mean? Like just like it was so small before, like, you know, just fluffed up with all the hair,
Yeah,
and
Sab.
he's
Sorry, I have to
beautiful.
interrupt. We're in a win-lose situation, Sab. Either we win this or we lose it. So standing your ground where you are really is the only thing to do, because there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere that they can't find you. So stand your ground here. We just need to raise awareness. That's the
Yeah.
key, right? That's how we win. $1 trillion for what? Yeah, you have no idea how immense $1 trillion is. It's just ridiculously huge. You know, like
It's
yeah,
larger than I can wrap my brain around. Like I can't think of the
yeah,
assets to go along with it.
yeah. If you've got resources to move yourself and go somewhere else, use those resources to get the message out. You know, that's kind of
Yeah.
my opinion on it, because you can't go anywhere. There's nowhere to go. Right? They're doing this
Yeah. I
worldwide.
mean,
They've already got the Internet of Things, so they know where you are 24/7 if they want to.
yeah, like things that we used to think movies about, like James Bond, like, well, like an evil villain,
Yeah,
I'll buy an island and the whatever, you
yeah.
know, like aren't they hidden in the Cayman or it's like, no, there's nowhere that isn't already
No,
mapped that three people
no,
haven't owned before you who are laughing because
yeah,
you know, whatever you think is private, they have the secondary codes do, and the primary are
yeah,
right to the whatever to get in the back thing of the mountain. Like, you know what I mean? Like another way to
yeah.
get in, another cave that you didn't even know about, because that's obviously what people do. Because
Yeah, they
knowledge is
got
power.
satellites that can detect your heartbeat and that are mapping your brain
Yeah,
patterns. So you don't. Where are you going to go?
yeah. Like it's almost as if no, don't take like a whole bunch of people out or dissidents so that we can show people how we're gonna fuck with them. You know what I mean? Like, watch what we do. Um, we're not gonna let them do anything. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And they're gonna be meaning so people can see that person that you admire or who's whose message you read and that you intake on the computer. He doesn't have much
Mhm.
liberty other than this meager funds that he gets and things like that. Even though, I think that for a lot of us, they can't comprehend that. I'd rather be free I don't think I'm impoverished because, like I said, Canada's a beautiful place. I'm free to travel my town. You know what I mean, and do certain things. You know
Yeah,
what I
you'll
mean.
have your 15-minute city. It'll be nice. You
You know, like
know?
I, you know, I really think that I was young when I could still go out and have adventure, and I did.
Mhm.
So my concerns are more that other children are going to end up being way more frustrated, and I'll end up leaving the world like a very much more angry place than I entered it, which is hard. A hard, I mean, what is, and the way I'm going to feel will probably result on whether or not I made an effort
Mhm.
and tried. You know, so hopefully, my existence is going to be cool, but just because of the field that I create around me, or that I allow to be, as opposed to um, you know, uh, not allowing nature to do its thing, and then suffering ultimately the consequences when I start dying and I can't figure out why. And it's because I spent my life cutting off everything that I can to make myself sterile, so I can hook myself up into the machine, and then figure out all of a sudden there's something that you need that's real vital, that's real simple, but you're not getting any of it, like scurvy or
Mm.
something. I need vitamin C, but because something that you've done in the world or something, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
something stupid that you're doing. Even they're done vaccines or whatever, like
They've already got you under a social credit system, of a
yeah,
sense, like, because they are tracking you, who you're associating with, where you go, what you buy,
yeah.
what
I think
what
that's
your
why the
mood
weed,
is.
because if it wasn't for the weed, you know what I mean? Like the weed's the last thing, like for like police involvement. Oh, like like it's gonna make guys go. We need to have the illegal throughway so we can have networks that nobody else knows about. You know what I mean? We can quickly get other products if we needed to because we have a network set up for distribution.
Mm.
Well, it takes apart those distribution networks if they're no longer selling weed. And that's the thing. They're like, yeah, that would have been I mean, how much less right now
They could
is
put an
a
additive to the weed
criminal
too, right?
distribution network that I used to know? Probably 90% less. You know what I'm saying, right? If I want to
Mhm.
get illegal shit from one place to another or goods, because the same amount of people that that were dealing weed, I mean, even, they're probably still smoking and shit like that. They might even still be dealing because why not? But I mean, like it's not like it was before.
Yeah.
Like I don't think any of them are
Let me find
making,
that link.
like $10,000 or $20,000 a year or whatever. I don't
Oh.
like. I could be wrong, right? But I mean, do you know any commercial growers that are like still just growing for their job, kind of? And
Yeah, I
I don't.
do. Yeah.
Like, that's good. That's
Yeah, I
really
know a
good.
few. Yeah. There are quite a few out there. There were a lot of
Okay, good.
licenses. There were a lot of licenses given out. The small growers are actually making it. They can make enough money to support
Okay,
themselves.
right on.
Yeah. So that does
Then right
happen.
on, man. Like I, I know a guy too locally. It's just that I
Yeah.
started going to the store because he couldn't beat the prices of, you know what I mean? Like I mean, he could do
Yeah.
$50 ounces. You know, except the thing was his stuff was decent, but I mean, uh, it was outdoor, right? And I'm not, when I can get indoor and a variety of weed, I'm not going to go with just the one kind or the one or two kind that I can get from him. And it was
Yeah.
super sticky last time. We're talking about a quarter pound. A quarter of the pound was seeds. Like, and not his fault, right? I guess
Yeah.
maybe, like um,
Yeah. Non-government weed. Yeah. That's what you need.
like.
All right, guys. I have to cut it off here. This is a great show. Thank
Oh,
you,
hey, thank you
Morgan
so much. That
and
was so much fun,
G
man.
and D Ocean for coming up. And thank you, chat, for your participation. You guys bring forth some good information. Can
I feel like I was
you
spoiled.
post that link again there, Michigander? so we can get to that. And we'll see you all next time.
I really
Uh,
love you guys. Thank you. I really do. All right.
Much
Have a
love.
good
Love you
one.
too, Morgan. Much love to you all. Keep your third eye open. Use your intelligence and your intuition. Bye bye.